Hello.
Hello. Welcome back to another episode.
Of sadness.
That,
Because that's all that this is.
except it's only when Red loses her favorite character, just not, and not anytime else.
Yes. Okay. Oh my god. Damn it. Of course, my cat is all comfortable, but then as soon as we start recording, that's when he decides, oh, I think I'm done here.
I think I think you want to restart the recording.
No. We'll leave it
Oh,
in.
okay. I suggest we would start. Okay.
No. It's funnier that way.
Yeah, Yamaguchi's court stresses Lucy on the floor of the library. In contrast to his sloppy body, it was droopy. His pupils were loose, and he felt empty. This is a man's death. I've seen it many times already. Real people dying. Yamaguchi, you were the one who we talked to just yesterday. There's no need to be sad. There's no time to be sad. Even for Yamaguchi, we must find out who made him like this. I've decided to investigate Yamaguchi's body. I found something hard and cold. According to the Monokuma file, it said that he was cut by something sharp. Indeed, there was a terrible wound that I could see it with my eyes open. Yamaguchi's neck was completely cut out from the back and neck to the front. It was surprising that it wasn't cut completely, but barely a piece of flesh was left attached. I put up with the nausea that came up and looked at the wound. I heard that the injured area is ravenously torn by something like a knife or a tool that's usually roughened. But in Yamaguchi's case, it cut neatly, as if you were cutting people with a cutting knife. Ugh, just seeing more. So terrible. Yamaguchi, still a lot of blood. Like Tamori. Huh? As my stomach was shaking inside, I suddenly felt uncomfortable.
In his day.
In his state. Surely, blood in the library is no joke. It ran from a corridor to the body of Yamaguchi, and it was also protruding from Yamaguchi's body. Yamaguchi's neck doesn't bleed anymore. Looking at the Monokuma file, it said that there were no other visible traumas other than neck wound. This tremendous amount of blood flows from a neck only. Yamaguchi's time of death is 840. From this wound, immediate death is certain, so even if the wound started bleeding from then, it has not yet passed even an hour. But why is the blood no longer flowing out from his throat? When I recall the words of Inoue was no longer here, it seems that after the heart stops, blood circulation also stops. If so, in this case of immediate death, the blood should flow even less. But is it too early? In a similar case, when I investigated Tamori's corpse, there was a little blood coming out of her. However, in contrast, Yamaguchi's body looked very dry already. It's been less than an hour since blood has been spilled, but blood has really dried up? It's probably not his then, I'm gonna guess. Yeah. I knew something was wrong, but there was no way to think about it anymore because there wasn't a Inoue or Kinzo who had a particular insight on these moments. I know I can't speak to us anymore, but Kinzo is still alive. I should ask him if he wakes up. Huh? What's this blood spot? Right next to me is Yamaguchi whose blood goes all around the library. It's not as strange that there could be blood spots in the library. Flowing from his idea. But this blood spot looked very different, kind of different. It's the only one away from Yamaguchi's corpse. This blood spot is... Hey, Maeda, what are you doing sitting on the floor? Oh, Kabushikawa, do you know where this blood stain comes from? Oh, right, that's where Kinto fell. This is the place you found him? Well, when we entered the library, Yamaguchi was there, as you can see it, and Kinzo was lying in that position and unconscious. You didn't know because you didn't see Kinzo here. That's right. I heard that Kinzo was struck in the head and bleeding, but do you mean he spilled this much blood? You thought it was a joke? I told you how to disinfect and bandage him, so it's okay for now. At first, I thought he was really dead. Kinzo was lying in this position. Then I can't imagine that Kinjo knocked down someone else's head in the back. What and how did the killer attack Kinjo to stun him? And if it's enough to make you bleed this much, why did they stop with only that? Yamaguchi and Nori were the only ones who were killed, even though there was an obvious malice behind it. The fact that the Blackened can kill up to 2 people since it was added later was, as a rule, the criminal wouldn't know about this. If Kinzo wakes up, I should ask him.
No.
There's a huge blood trace from Yamaguchi's body to the library door. What is all Yamaguchi's blood? There's something wrong with this. It's a terrible mine to look at, but I've seen a situation similar to this. It was dark back then, and I couldn't see well. Tomorrow shed such tremendous bad blood and died. However, there are more from Yamaguchi in terms of quantity, but this blood leads all the way to the corridor. There's also this in Tamori's case. There were 2 wounds, one in the neck and the other in the stomach. It was also discovered several hours after death, so it was already bleeding. Less than an hour after death, and no matter how deeply you were injured, can this amount of blood come out of your neck?
I think you're right that it's not all his.
Not only that, the shape of the blood is also very strange. The shape looks like as if the body of Yamaguchi was blind in the library. From outside. I mean, that would make sense if considering the big...
Yeah, but the question is, who else would it have come from, though? Because... unless it was like all Kinjo's blood.
I'll check this out for a bit. Huh? When I looked slightly lifted Yamaguchi's body and looked at the floor where he was lying down, I immediately felt a sense of discomfort. If the corpse was brought from outside, there should be no blood on Yamaguchi's corpse. But that's what I see here. Blood spots are also over Yamaguchi's body. Thanks to that, Yamaguchi's stomach and chest were wet with blood. The shape of the bleeding itself certainly feels like dragging the corpse to the floor from outside. If so, there can be no blood left under the corpse like this. No, before that, if there is blood under the body, it means that there was blood here before Yamaguchi fell. What? Is that right, though? However, Nori didn't really seem to bleed. And this blood must be Yamaguchi's. No, something doesn't seem... I don't really know, but nobody's strange about the situation where the body is seen in the library and the Yamaguchi's body. I'll mark it down and discuss it with the others after class trial.
That's really weird because I don't know who else it could have been from. You know?
Yeah, I think you missed an exclamation point at the door.
Well, I don't think I can... if I immediately go there, it just forces me back out. Yeah, it's just... I can't, like, look at it.
Okay.
Oh, Maeda.
Ira, what are you doing? Is there something in the hallway?
Well, that's not exactly right. The smell of blood is still there, and as I keep looking at the body, I just get sick of it.
Oh, that! Are you okay? You don't have to overdo it!
Oh, no, everyone is working hard, so I can't be the exception. The class trial will start soon.
It's alright. Then, why don't you answer a few questions for me, Tyra?
Oh, you want to ask me something?
Yes, when Kuro called you hard and went to investigate the 3rd floor, would you like to tell me what happened on the 2nd floor at that time? Yeah, you should know from this at least. Almost at the same time the B-Day rang, Kinjo fainted. It's almost full of holes that my own eyes didn't see.
Oh, okay. I can help in this. That's simple enough. But there's not much to tell. We, like you, were shaken when we found the body and then we started investigating.
Hey?
I don't know if that's anything to do with the case, but there's something I was a little confused about. Is it okay to say it?
Sure, what's that?
Kanata-chan, you said you found her in the science lab, right? But I stopped by the science lab just before nighttime yesterday, too. However, at the time, the door was locked, too.
Huh? The door to the science lab was locked? I mean, wasn't it blocked?
Yes, do you think it's related to the case?
It's true, the door didn't open even when we found Nora's body. It was blocked with something like a clasp. Even so, she said the door was already closed before nighttime began yesterday? I think I'll take it for reference. Thank you, Tyra.
Was I helpful? I'm glad then.
Oh, by the way, why did you go to the science lab just before nighttime yesterday?
Oh, that's... It's because last night I did a bit of mincemeat in it when I tried to use the scissors on my wrist.
Oh, eh? Were those scissors in the science lab?
Yes, I wasn't sane back then yesterday, so I went to the science lab to pick up the scissors.
I understand. I get it now. Thanks, Tyra. Before nighttime yesterday, the science lab was already closed. What does that mean? I'll have to check it out.
Oh,
Huh? I wondered if it might be something here too, and I inadvertently looked at the trash can. I was surprised to find something. I thought it was a tissue paper, but looking closer, it looks like a type of cloth. I took out the unidentified piece of cloth from the trash and opened it. Let's see. Are these clothes? No, it's not just any clothes. This is... No way. Yes, they were indeed blood related. Was difficult to recognize but a pure white color looked at a glance, reminding me of this was really the white gown worn by doctors. This white coat is what Inoue was wearing. When I think about it, Inoue's body when I thought Saisa was not wearing a white coat. I think I would find it in such an unexpected place. No, in fact, it may not be so unexpected. The place where clothes were found are the science lab and the library, but the other room is pretty close to the area of the incident. The locker where McCall was found is the same. This white coat. It seems the blood from the coat has been there for some time, so it didn't really feel wet at all. The question is, where did the killer use his white coat? For starters, I know it didn't seem to have any bleeding, so maybe it was used while killing Yamaguchi? No, it can't be. It's too dry to be from Yamaguchi's blood. Thought it would be only an important clue, so I was able to make a new discovery while investigating every corner of the white coat. Talking about white coat, I found out a criminal plastic wrap, but when I opened it carefully, I could see that it was a blood stain. The locker, library floor, white coat, and this. There's too many blood-related clues. What even happened here? Also, when I take a look closely, the plastic wrap has a small round hole in the middle, but the meaning was unknown. I guess I'll have to talk about it in the trial. It's possible it was used to prevent blood, but wrapping up plastic for the sake of... What did it have anything to do with the clues we found? Huh? This plastic weapon, was it written here? I thought it was written against the plastic on the right. I don't come to the art room often, so I don't know. I just why is this an illusion? The moment I try to make that judgment and move my steps, I saw a red spot. The spear is this blood? It wasn't really noticeable, but there was a circular red dot on the very tip of the long blade. I picked up a spear and smelled that part. A faint but fishy smell. This is blood. Then, the weapon that killed Yamaguchi was something long and sharp. If it's long, this might be fit for a motor weapon. Now, if using it to kill Yamaguchi, it was to return back to the same place where it was originally, but the location was different because the killer got mistaken? Looking at the bill on it, it must be related to the case somehow. But why is the blood so tiny size in the circular spatter? It's so tiny that I almost missed it. Did it make a small bounce from this? No, that would have not have caused the blood to spatter in the first place. I don't think I figured it out yet. It's a locker that contained miscellaneous art tools, but now the inside is covered with blood in a terrible condition. The car was bound like this in this bloody locker.
I'm gonna ask, just in case the next trial has another Hangman's Gambit thing that is, screwed up, I'm gonna ask DB if he still has the thing.
Okay, sure. I think that's a good idea rather than...
Like the Hangman's. I don't remember this music.
At that time, Makoto's arms and legs were tied with tape, and her mouth was taped as well. She was locked from the outside and hit the door of the locker from the inside to try and get out. The result was a rumbling sound that echoed on the second floor. And the cure to all of this, right? Apparently, the culprit trapped her here for some reason. Otherwise, if you did all that to yourself, it would cause more suspicion. Not only Makoto, the Kagami Horror Kings are much of the reason as well. But the bigger issue is this bloody locker. If you think about it, Yamaguchi's naughty body doesn't seem to be related to the art room. However, what does the blood in the locker suggest? No matter who it's from, it's pretty difficult not to miss it. The blood is also dried up. Nor didn't seem to have any bleeding. Yamaguchi instead had 2 months bleeding. But he died not too long ago, and Makoto was also tied here, but she was not bleeding. If that's the case, it could be Kinzo's blood. So I don't guess, but Kinzo got hit in the head. If this man of blood comes from his head, wouldn't he have died? Yeah, and how did he move him to the second floor? This blood identity was troublesome and more reasonable, and I have no choice but to discuss it at the class trial.
This is like the most random thought in the world, and I don't know why it pops in my head, but I was just thinking, like, man, how did they, I don't remember it very well. How did they condense class trials for the DR1 anime?
Very poorly, I'll say that. Yeah, I really tried to walk towards the science lab, but I was surprised because the water was a familiar corridor now. While the water is still leaking from the science lab, it won't matter if I just go in, but the moment color warned me before it gives me something to be cautious of, I still step in this water.
Hey, incompetent, get out of the way quickly. You're obstructing the traffic.
Oh, Makari came here, but this water...
Are you still talking? Would you get out of the way already?
But, Makari, you said you were sent to touch the water a while ago. Why are you doing this? And if you were going to go, then would it be dangerous to enter there?
It's fine to enter now, so feel free to go in. I've spoken to Monokuma earlier to put it away.
Put it away?
You'll know when you enter the science lab. Still, so no one sees me turning off the faucet. You guys really don't have a clue, do you? You don't even have Tsurugi Kinjo anymore. He wasn't helpful anyway.
What away? The faucet?
For the love of God, would you look directly with your own two eyes and think in your head at least? It'd be nice if I could tell you everything, huh?
There's no point in being so irritated. Well, since Makoto said it's safe to walk in the water, I speak confidently now. And Makoto said, let's see what happened with our own eyes. Yeah, Kinji, what even caused the,
That's a great noise. I don't wanna...
You have to.
I know.
What's this? A one stick-like object was filling with a water-filled science lab floor. Well, that's right. When the science lab's door did not open, it was because of this thing. And Makoto moved the top of the door. When we found the door was by, we had a hard time because the door of the science lab could not be opened. But it seems like the killer used his object to block the door. When I picked it up and checked it up close, it was an ordinary wooden stick, but it was very thick, so it would be really not if the science door was blocked with something like this. When I looked at the back of the door, I saw a space where a wooden bullet could fit in. If it was closed while standing behind the door, then the closed room scenario would be naturally completed. However, what was the reason for a killer to make a closed room? The reason to lock the room. Oh, keep it in mind. An object that you actually know bodies. The Monokuma 532 after brought by that thing. Information about Noi was written in. The victim was kind of annoyed. The estimated time of death is about age 35. The body was found in a science lab. The cause of death is electric shock. The body's internal organs have been burned through the right body because of electric current for a long time while being bound. Terrible. Not a drop of blood was shed, and yet this is the most terrible someone has done to a friend. Doing this with Noi was the smallest weakness among us.
She deserved it the least!
The code behind this, it's fair to say we are distressed to have to doubt another friend against Will. But it's really a moment. The undeniable anger that I feel has risen against this perpetrator, who I don't know who they are yet. It's different from Yamaguchi. He's presumably been killed by his neck with one blow, but in Noi's case was just a victim. that was killed in front of a very own eyes. A few minutes ago, with a single wall in between the door of the science lab, I heard her scream, in pain, her cries of agony very clearly. I can't help but feel this anger. But it won't make it any difference. Since it doesn't matter come fire that gives me information, I have to make use of this. But this alone is not enough information. So what can be deduced as of now is the time of death is 8:35. So that's 5 minutes older than Yamaguchi. Around that time, we couldn't open the science lab room. And we were just outside the room. There's no problem with the time at least. Killed 2 people directly in 5 minutes. At that time, we were walking between the second and third floor, so if we go back and forth between the areas, you would definitely stand out. How could it kill more 2 people with only 5 minutes for each?
So it's like, if this feels like a really unnecessary way to kill somebody. So it's like, if they don't have a good reason for it, for why they had to do it this way specifically, then whoever did this is gonna be my least favorite character.
I mean, is there a reason for any kind of murder? Any way of
No,
murder?
but like, if you have to murder someone, why would you do it in such a brutal way?
That
I'm saying that if they didn't have a specific reason why they had to kill her this way, then whoever did it is going to be my least favorite character in this entire game.
I mean, yeah, I got it, but again, it's just I know that DLA has some very brutal like killers and deaths, so it has a name for itself for very brutal killers and deaths. So, yeah, this is pretty much in line with what I've heard. But
Oops.
seeing annoyed by seeing the water, simply closes is in tears. We're investigating the bodies of some of our best friends with no time to grieve. However, without investigation, the killer has to be identified. In order to survive a class trial, I must investigate. For now, I decided to look at the body of Noi based on what was written in the Monochrome file. Noi's body was so terrible we couldn't see it with our own eyes open. But for now, all her clothes and skin were burnt. Her body was fixed with several layers of box tape, and her hands were tied with ropes hung from the table. How did they make the closed room if they... In this state of being unable to move, suffered terrible pain and died. I need to investigate while my students reach hollow ears. The tools that were used on Inoue. I remember seeing box tape and ropes.
I'm trying to not look at it.
In the art room.
Because it genuinely makes me upset.
I think Trom put it really nicely. When you kill your favorite killers, yeah, but some guys, when you see someone else kill your favorite killer, oh no.
No, it's not. It's like I said, it's the fact that it was brutal and we heard her screaming.
It seems for whatever reason, the art room is a place related to the incident. Other than that, I can only think of the fact that the faucet was just tied to the same cable and there's many miscellaneous tools around us. Do they have anything to do with the case? Box tape was like tightly attached to her shoulders. 5 layers, even a strong adult man could take a minute pause to tear it off. With their own strength. And also, it must have been even harder for a Noi if it was small in size to move. Was there any reason to tie Noi to this extent? Just a killer as a deer? Would that be it? Looking at it that way, Noi has been in the infirmary after it was open. Maybe there's a clue in that place too.
The way to channel my rage, the natural way to channel my frustrations is that whoever did this, I'm gonna write a fic of them being brutalized to feel better.
Of course. Oh, this is deep in the water pool of the science lab. I saw something that I've seen somewhere before. This was Maki's mobile phone? Probably. The cell phone that you hardly discovered on the first day when the first floor was open. I haven't seen it in any other phones, so Maki's would only be the only ones left. Why is the cell phone in this place? I looked up at the sides, wondering, but as soon as I saw the screen, I noticed that the phone was not in normal condition. What? Why is the screen like this? The phone screen was crumpled with a mixture of purple and pink. The clock was turned into strange language rather than numbers. And the buttons were flip-flop. To put it in a word, it's broken. It's only natural because it was underwater. couldn't hide it by disappointment, hoping that I might be able to fix this phone and get in touch with the outside world later on. No, right now the classified should be the main priority. Anyway, does this mean that the mobile phone was used as some kind of tool for incident related to this case? Think of it that way. I feel with this phone a little more. I know there's a small alarm indicator at the top of the screen. This alarm was set at 8:30, but now it's already off. Who set it on? Besides, at 8:30, this was just before we tried to.
Hello?
Yeah?
You cut out.
As I pondered, it's very likely the phone was involved in the incident, because it was not only that, there was another tour task.
You keep cutting out.
Motherfucker! This is, if I'm not mistaken, this could be the object connected to the cell phone strap or something I've seen in cartoons and movies. Electric shotgun? I think it was also called a stun gun. Why are these same as objects at school? No, it seems like they were in the stores from a science lab, but that's right, now I can understand what McCullough said. Probably because the stun gun was used as power in a water pit. If it ended that state, there's a higher chance that we will have gotten electrocuted, but now it seems it's not working. That was also because McCullough told Montgomery to put it away. More important than that is that this is a fall from the crime scene. According to the Montgomery file, Murray says was caused by electrocution. It's probably a definitive that this was the most likely mortar weapon. What reason does it have to be connected to the phone strap? Also, that's not the only weird thing. If you think about this, if one was a stun gun, it means that the killer struck a noise with this object. But then Connor didn't show up, so there's a locked group scenario in the science lab and the crime that was done to Yamaguchi. No, it's not that suggests that the killer can only attack directly to the victim. Maybe making the science lab out of water like this was to prepare an effective crime scene. When electricity goes on while you're immersed in the water, you're in a danger zone. The rest to figure out what would be how the killer made the water to be energized, and what method did they use. I will speak about this with the others.
Evidence. You didn't follow me, did you? At least you listened. When you came in here, you know now. The reason why I told you not to touch the water, and why this place became a pool of water.
Yeah, but McCoy, I want to ask you something different from this.
Do you think I'll answer?
I'm serious here. I really have a question. It was when you were in front of it was in the art room locker. So you asked me to show you my head as soon as you left the locker, right? Why'd you do that?
I won't answer this, however. It's just simple safety. No matter what happens, the only thing that lives on is insurance. Is the minimal precaution that's needed.
Insurance?
The two of us aren't close enough to explain every phrase to you, am I right? Well, don't worry. The psycho cop won't be able to serve you this time, so you should have insurance at least. When you guys feel so clueless that you got no other ways to go and on the verge of death, if this aspect shows up in the trial, then I'll show you my last trump card. So please make sure that doesn't happen.
Carl began to investigate Nora's body cam, leaving only an empty silence in the end. To the moment that she would no longer speak. At that time, McCall had to make sure to give her my right hand. I took a look at my right hand, but there wasn't anything there. Is there something only McCall knows? It's one of those tables in the science lab. This faucet allows you to throw away medicines or wash your hands during experiments. And now, while it's pouring out of the faucet at maximum capacity, it's overflowing. Right, the only reason why the science lab was full like this was because of the faucet.
Thwarted.
It was a waste of water, but now it's not the time to think about this. I hurriedly turned the faucet and the water stopped flowing. Well, there isn't any reason for the water to fill anything now. Also, this must have been done by the killer too. But what's the reason to make the science lab a sea of water?
Exactly, like, what's the point? Surely there are easier ways you could have done everything. That was everything in here.
Yeah, that's everything in here. They did say to go back to the infirmary since.
Yuki just splashing around in the puddles during a murder investigation. There's,
You have,
there's
you have any
just,
evidence?
there's
I try to
just.
splash around the puzzle.
I was hard at work splashing puddle. Hello. I'm just not bothering to talk to people that aren't prevalent right now.
Uh-huh.
Because I really don't feel like it. Oh, right. He's here. Ugh.
The list refrigerator is a place of resource of source and fusion packs, individually stored for each blood type. I was surprised when I opened the refrigerator. Huh? No way, we don't have any transfusion packs. There were no more than 20 transfusion packs the last time I saw
I
them.
was wondering if it was like blood packs, because I couldn't think of anywhere else where all that blood would have come from.
Who's a transfusion pack recently? No. Where would you even use a blood transfusion pack? Let's think for a moment. Where did this passage appear? I recall them being stored probably until at least yesterday. What do you... That leaves... Was it the killer doing?
Just ignore it.
But even if the culprits were the one, why do they need to take a transfusion pack? They even need fresh blood?
Fresh blood.
I thought he didn't like Moto at one point.
Mortar.
I think Webb does some crazy shit to you. I think we're almost done by now. But the culprit is still a mystery. But still a mystery. Damn it. Maybe more investigations are required. I couldn't have called yet, so let's continue. Why? Kinzo, you awake? Maeda. Are you okay? What about your bandages? It was a thin wound from what I've heard.
Let him walk around and suffer possible brain injury. It's fine.
Now it's not the time to bother about that. Maeda, did the murder happen? Yeah, just a little while ago. The cast trial will begin soon. Kinzo, I'm glad you woke up. I'm sorry, but I don't see you have the time to react. I have to see the same case before the trial starts.
Nah.
And
It's not like you're
Maeda,
gonna be much help anyway.
did you do some research? You know what this creature scene is? Honestly, he's been the most help in the past trials, aside from Yuki so far. So,
It hasn't felt like it.
yeah, I think you just hate him that much, like just not care about any part about him. So, yes, you should start with the library science lab in the room in the infirmary. I mean, me too. Yeah. Okay, thanks. Kinzo, wait a minute. What's wrong? I'm sorry, but like I said before, I don't have time. I don't have much time right now. If I go to try without knowing what the case is, it's over. We'll talk to you later. But what I'm trying to ask you right now is related to investigation. It's over if it's okay if it's simple, right? So please answer me. How the hell did you pass out? I saw bloody Yamaguchi. Yeah? I saw blood coming from the library, so I went to investigate. Yamaguchi was collapsed on the floor in blood. No matter how much I see corpses, I couldn't hide my surprise. Talking that little positive chance, someone tagged me from behind. I don't have any memories out of that. Wait, you're talking about yesterday nighttime, right? Yeah? What, you don't think it's him anymore?
I don't. I mean, I don't. I desperately want it to be, and I think there's still a chance, but I think it just seems like it probably isn't. Which is sad.
What I mean is, Yamaguchi's lying on the floor all bloody since yesterday night? Correct. If you walk around the scene right away, you'll notice it. Yamaguchi, he's dead, right? Yeah. Not only Yamaguchi, Noi also died. What? And Noi too? Kobe in this case is not a single person. He has mind to kill two people in a single day. Damned asshole. I'll definitely catch us being punished then. You should go and do some more research for that too. So I'll leave now, Maeda. This is actually real good though. Can the man wake up? Will it be okay? Time was already. Oh right, and what Kinzo said was somewhat weird. Kinzo mentioned that he saw Yamaguchi collapse, but Yamaguchi's time of death is not morning hours. So was he unconscious until the kill started again? But he didn't abandon until the morning after. No, miracles at tomorrow don't happen twice. Still, what Kinzo has said will be a clue to something, so it's good to put that into notice. The more I investigate something, the more the mystery seems to deepen.
Hey, you guys! I'm sorry you had to work so hard in your research, however. Mr. Monokuma here is impatient, so why don't we just solve this together? That said, the class trial will now begin. Please gather up the red carpet door on the first floor as usual. What kind of results will be waiting for us in this trial? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it thrilling? I'll be waiting.
Time's up. But what about Kinjo? He just started investigating, but now they're already gathered. So it was big misfortune I was lying down because he passed out. Even without Kinjo's help, we have to work together. Even if I think about it, I haven't even figured out the crime scene properly yet. This won't make a difference. If I stay here, if I'm late, I'll get punished. Let's go.
Woo!
Oh, this room looks very empty now. Apart from the empties of the court, most of the guys were already gathered.
Maida-kun, you're here.
Are you the last one? Then the king never managed to open his eyes? Huh? What do you mean? Kinjo isn't here? What are you talking about? Did Kinjo wake up? I met up with Kinjo just before I got here.
Is that true? Thank goodness Kinjo woke up. But I can't see him. It's a matter of language to not have a class trial without properly investigating his own personality. However, it's time for the meeting, but he is late because he wants to investigate as much as possible, isn't that so?
It's so like Kinjo indeed. No way! What if Kinjo's a culprit in this case?
What is this nonsense deja vu again?
Did Tori just say that because of the late? Think about it and tell me!
Why not? It could happen, right? What? Kinjo could be the culprit? Wouldn't it be more fun then? Psycho Cop finally goes to murder with their own hands. Yes.
The comic was my beautiful ones, so what if the universe explodes?
Strangely, it's more scary when Makaru says it. What do you enjoy so much about this, Makaru? Did you forget? In the class trial, you could die. I'd hoped that you would change at least a little, but you're still the same as ever. Because I know the killer and the trick even before going to the trial. All that's left is watching you shovel their grave, right? Bullshit. Huh? You already know who the killer is?
Who is it?
Why should I tell you, idiots? Don't worry, I'll watch you. Fuck you. Why should I tell you? It's not like I'm gonna die or something if I don't.
I mean,
Moron!
In the first game, Bianca acted like this up until Aoi's trial where he got humbled by but that was a trial he didn't actually know and he got wrong. So I'm wondering if
Yeah, he's a dick there too. That doesn't change anything.
he was. Yeah, it's just I feel like
She's gonna get humbled.
Uh-huh.
God, I hope so. Because, like, that's just so stupidly arrogant and stupid that you're like, why should I tell you? Because you're gonna die if you don't.
I'm sure she's just here for the
Yes, because I'm sure you want to stand here for hours, possibly making a mistake that could lead to death. Fuck you. By the way, where's Kinjo?
She's late.
Alright, have you all gathered? Good then! Let's get started. As always, just take the elevator to go down. The trial's design has been remodeled, so look forward to it.
This is not you?
Huh? Kinjo's not here? Kinjo-kun was given a special time bonus due to his fainting condition. That's what I want to say, but since he woke up and started investigating the case, it's presumed that he's going to participate in the class trial. So this is my mistake. He won't get punished, but I'll bring him shortly. Supersonic speed! How unfortunate.
Looking at this cast, Hey, what kind of supersonic speed is this?
No, it's just that when I was about to search for him, he was already at the door. Kinjo-kun sure is obedient. You came and I didn't even need to call you. Oh, you came.
Shut up and disappear before my eyes already!
It was probably an angry come.
So, are you okay? No, he's not. Well, I did as much investigating as possible. Compared to the previous cases, the amount of information is extremely insufficient, but
You're wondering who it could be out of the people here.
yeah, no. I asked if you're okay. I asked if you're okay since you got hurt.
Well, so I have like two prevailing theories.
Uh-huh.
One is that it was Kinjo, in some way, relating to because he maybe it is like Yamaguchi killed Kanata and then he killed Yamaguchi, or it's gonna be Teria because it would be very reminiscent of Celeste killing everybody for the money.
Right. It would make sense that you'll be very hungry for money. Uh,
Anybody else? I mean, maybe Yuhara, but everybody else, I don't think so. I think it would be one of those three.
right. Okay. That makes sense because the person I'm thinking of is Yuhara Kinji because at the science lab we did find the Maki's phone and the stun gun with the stun gun.
Yeah.
And he was the one who was tasked to hold on to it.
The only thing is that he was bleeding, which yeah, he can fake it, kind of like Hatsuno did, but still, I feel like that was a lot harder to fake.
Right, right. But because Makaru was in the locker, Kinjo, if he's not lying, was out on the floor. Kinji was injured, and nobody was dead. Yamaguchi's dead. So, if we're thinking, I think Teruya is a really big suspect. I'm not sure if Kinjo would just lie and just say, "Hey, I was just out and didn't do anything."
Yeah, that is the main thing that I feel like he strikes me as the kind of person who would be willing to murder, but he would come clean about it.
Right.
Which is my only hang up on this theory. But I still I want it to be him.
Uh-huh.
And I think in some way it could make sense.
Right. I mean, yeah, Danganronpa is very unexpected. I didn't expect the Yamen iconic twist either in the end, so let's just see. Oh, you mean my body? Well, it's fine. I've experienced this much injuries even once or twice with a snatcher. Hey, it's been a long time since has a Kinjo. I didn't expect to see you bleeding and fainting. I think you're forgetting something. I'm a human being too, so I got caught off guard.
I think you barely qualify.
Yeah, why? Did you get a little fed up with us, Kinjo? Yes, clearly last time you left the dining room, I thought you would bring your bonds or something like that. Of course I did. And that still hasn't changed. But in the conditional situation of a class trial, your charges are being put... I'm not going to... vote for the time being. I'm not...
What?
The criminal analogy is that the more manpower there is, the better. And because a murder has occurred, the rest of the criminals, other than the criminal of this incident, are simply ordinary citizens in this scenario. I've had up to here with Kinjo saying preliminary criminals like 24/7.
Yeah, that's such a stupid phrase. Because if you were as a police officer, that is not the kind of... You should not have the mindset of everybody can be... There is a possibility of everybody being a criminal. Yeah, no shit there is. But if you have that way, it's literally innocent until proven guilty. That's literally a core aspect of, justice.
Yeah, Kinjo's...
he's such a shitty police officer. Kobayashi Ka was making lists of swearing words to give a double comeback to Kinjo once he woke up. And see, the only reason I don't suspect him is because I don't see any reason whatsoever.
What? I don't do that.
And he seems even more cowardly than Teria.
Yeah. Do whatever you like. This is a temporary truth anyway. After this trial, you'll become once more. Of course, Akari Tao is the exception. I'm always thinking of you as a semi-criminal. One that committed attempted murder, so don't even think you're innocent in the least.
But she didn't. It's not murder. It's fucking self-defense, Please, just let him be the killer so we can get rid of him.
The crazy guy started having seizures again.
He is single-handedly making this game horrible.
Ira, don't bother with that wisdom a man says.
Like, I think this game would be 10 times better if he was just gone.
If Maki died, we're still fighting with each other. I think this is how I felt about Maya, so I'm glad she died at the end. It's a difficult class fight ever since we have to work together. Somebody gave me an odd feeling like this would have been even more hard trying than any other I've ever faced.
Yeah, but at least Kinjo has the opportunity to die halfway through, so half of the game will be without him.
Yeah.
Maya wasn't the same.
I think that's really bad for me because anytime she showed up, it just was bad time.
Oops, sorry. I forgot to read that.
Indeed. The first thing we must do now is solve what's in front of us.
And we're going.
It's not good for everyone to be on edge this early. Why are you... Yeah, Macaroni Horror right. If you don't pass the class fight first, we'll all die. At least this for the others. Conflicts with Kinzo. There are many problems with ahead. I want to solve them, but first, the biggest one. It's beginner class trial. If we don't take care of it, nothing will change in the end. Imagine if Kinzo survives to the end. It is a possibility. I don't want to consider it, but that is.
What now? Go down there already.
There's something dangerous about this case, and it seems that it'll be a more complex trial than before. Be on your guard.
No way. I think the number of people is a bit shorter, yeah? No? Well, the only thing left to do is this, right? When did we all start disappearing like this?
I investigated as much as I could. The only thing left to do is to deduct the results from yours.
I was insane for the most part after Amachan was executed, so I couldn't talk too much to those two. I'm sorry, Kanato-chan. I'm really sorry, Yamaguchi-kun.
Damn it! Two people at once. This is the worst. It's the worst feeling ever.
I do love just like lingering on her to really drive home the awkward silence.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. I do like it. Oh, I'm here again and again. Now, just smelling this place was disgusting. Let's go down. Open the door.
3. He does the Junpei thing and counts down. Or no, yeah, that was Junpei.
If Vertigo was making loud sound as he goes down the ground.
Oh, no, wait, I think that was actually Sigma, because I think Phi was the one who was like, you don't need to count every time!
Oh, yeah, it was, yes. The inside of the area was only filled with 9 people left. It was so quiet during this time.
Speaking of, you know we do need to finish ZDT at some point.
Oh, yes. There are also few people now. Is it because the relationship between us has worsened during the classified senior trials? In particular, try not to make every kind of what some of them, such as Kinjo and Makaru. I wonder if we'll really be able to survive with this.
Why is Teruya just standing off by himself?
The only thing that makes me think that Kinjo might survive to the end is because like he's the quote-unquote Kyoko of this game, but that doesn't.
No, he isn't.
He is the investigator.
No, you will not make the comparison because that's an insult to Kyoko.
Okay, that's fair. And yeah, like Aoi and Toka both died already, so yeah, I can't. That's not an argument.
Especially since Kyoko's thing was kind of being silent and not telling. He's not really, because her thing was being quiet and not talking to anybody about what was
Right.
going on and investigating on her own. Kinjo hasn't really done any of that.
Right. Yeah.
Whoa, this is a surprise. Why are you in front of me, bear thing? Didn't you learn in kindergarten to think about the people who get off an elevator?
Monokuma's been doing this once or twice already, though. It's hard to react anymore. Why is he not saying anything? Has he been turned off?
Why is Monokuma like that?
I guess it's a new act. Hey, how are you gonna plan on doing that? We have to move the class trial. Are we gonna move? Something seems different than usual here. Furukawa? Doesn't think won't do any good.
Huh? What's wrong, Mikako-chan? Oh, God. Ah!
Furukawa was suddenly stunned. At first, he thought Monokuma was playing a prank, but she noticed that the mode was different than usual. And then,
Yeah! Ah, I'm alive, I live! You thought I was dead!
Kurt caught cuts and Monokuma suddenly began to make a loud noise. What the hell are you doing? Are you kidding around?
Don't do all that again. All of a sudden, my rack was stuck. I was surprised, too. Rack? Oh. Oh my god, wait, really? You do get it, right?
I do, yes.
Okay. What if it is her again? Somehow.
Somehow.
No big deal. Did you all come down here in the meantime? Well done. Then shall we start right away?
It looks like you're trying to rust at me here.
If it is her, then I think that's gonna be very fun to try and voice her.
Yeah?
By the way, wasn't Kurokawa's scream cute? Let's just move on.
Too bad it wasn't voiced. I mean, it was, but I mean, your shriek was also cute. So, who's the chill beside Monokuma? Okay.
Alright, it's time for what everyone's been waiting for. The class trial is back. Well, I of course knew this would happen. Nobody waited for this. Whatevs, even if it's not you, there's another person who is waiting for this. Anyway, this will be the third class trial. Your own relationships, who has been paying attention to the trends of the nerds, seems to be staying on lockdown as if it were breaking.
Shut up! I don't care about that! Don't bring this stupid stuff and start already!
Oh boy, tough attitude I see. I was gonna start anyways. Now then, shall we go with no more words? An extreme trial. The class trial that crosses beyond life and death.
The third one. The moment Monokuma said that, I suddenly felt disoriented. Even when you think that two victims of two culprits died, 4 friends were already gone. In addition to the victim of the incident, so a total of 6 friends have left the group. One of the victim boy this time was annoyed. After the front was open, she didn't know when someone would get hurt, so he spent most of the days in her room. The child was the most angelic call I've known who worried about us, or how the happiness.
Way to rub it in.
You know, he was that kind of person, through and through. The reason she died was because her whole body became a block of charcoal. Her whole body was tied and unable to move. Someone who has done such a terrible things among us. What is this music? This
I don't
feels
know.
hard.
This is weird.
They also killed Yamaguchi and committed ruthless acts. This goes hard though. Culprit, although Yamaguchi was timid and behaved inappropriately due to his size, at important times he mediated the situation together like a lawyer would. But when he was killed with a neck wound so severe that it was nearly amputated in cold blood, Yamaguchi was no longer with us. I tried to control the kill against now. What Taria? No, you can't say it. I know I tried in order to live. Lie in order to live.
Did you not want to voice this stuff again?
Oh yeah. It's gonna be.
Okay, DB gave me a thing that says it. Says the stuff.
The Korean letters.
Yeah. Thankfully, and
elaborate
it
direction.
also covers up the translation is like a spoiler thing, so I don't see what it translates to.
Okay,
So
good.
there's no spoilers.
For the excuse to kill, using trust in the risk of life. Risking their lives. In this class trial, shall we check a truth bullets or do you want to go straight
we'll
out?
just go in it. Blah 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 blah. So we have to find the culprit who killed Kanata-chan and Yamaguchi-kun, right? That's right! Now then, you may start your discussion.
You know, this is a little bit awkward, but can you leave? No! I could keep you on the top of my reasoning, but unfortunately, I won't be very helpful this time either. I investigated in a hurry, but I don't know the details of the case, and there are several parts I could not investigate.
Because you got beaten and knocked out by the killer, right?
Then we have no time to do it ourselves as much as possible? It's gonna be a miracle if Makar helps us.
Now, it'll be fine. If we keep talking, we'll reach an answer, right? When you start discussing, Kijo might find out something too.
I hope so. Then let's do it as far as we can. This case has been far more different than the others. Unlike Makia Tamori, who died suddenly while we couldn't see them, and murder took place right in front of us. Yeah, that too. We know because two people killed two different floors. I think the people on each other's floors will have different information. That was what Kijo fainted at that time.
Then it's best to listen to everyone as much as possible. We'll begin a summary of this case. Satsuki will help too.
People who surveyed the second floor and the people who checked the third floor saw and heard differently. So we have to gather information. As Kobashi Kawa says, he doesn't know anything. Let's explain the incidents throughout in order in which the incident occurred. First, before BDA rang this morning, Maeda, Tyra, Ilonami, Atori, and I were waiting for everyone to gather at the restaurant.
Gather at the restaurant. After 1 hour, Mikako-chan arrived, but the rest were not coming at all. So I felt something was wrong and decided to find Kana-chan and Yamaguchi-kun.
Then on the second floor, we found Yuhara fainted, and fortunately, he was able to come to his senses. But right after that, on the third floor, there was a strange sound that went wild. So we decided to act in two different groups. The second floor investigation group and the third one. Kurakawa, Yuhara, and me on the third floor. And as for the second one, it was Tyra, Kobashi, Atori, and Nami who took over it. Alright, so you're saying the viewpoint diverges from there, is that right?
In my case... Oh, sorry.
In my case, I heard a rough story from the others in charge of the second floor investigation. But there are probably many others who don't know about it yet. Shall Maeda, Kurakawa, and me talk about the third floor first? We went up to the third floor, and then each of us decided to check a room. Maeda went to the third room, the epicenter of the strange sounds. I checked the science lab, and...
Oh, I'm sorry. I hit the button by accident. The empty classrooms and casino. There was nothing wrong.
Like Yuhara said, I headed to the outer room, where I was able to confirm my identity of a strange noise. The sound was coming from inside the locker. What I found in it was... No.
Whoops.
We're off to a great start.
Shh. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Cope.
I was looking away for a second.
Inside the outer room locker was Makaru with a mouth taped and her limbs were bloody, and he was cleaning the locker room door to try and open it. That was what the roar sound was. Makoto was trapped?
And bloody too?
Wait, she wasn't in a position to talk to the others either?
This incompetent child. I won't let this go so easily.
Why me? I was trying to organize the case! Maeda went to our room and came along with Makoto, and I wondered how he found her. She must have been trapped. Well, at that time, the situation was so urgent that there were some things that could not be explained properly. But why was Makoto found like that?
Why, you ask? I was taken off guard by the killer. You could also say that you were off guard. Don't worry, unlike the cop over there, I didn't give a damn. Ooh, what do you mean? Don't mind and continue the discussion. I'll tell you more after I watch you guys shovel some more.
You really are a piece of... Isn't there even cooperative in here more?
Just... yeah.
Ignore Makoto and keep talking. Even if you don't know, I have to reason based on what I heard just now.
One of the few things he says that I agree with. Yeah, just ignore her, because she's not helpful.
Yeah, then I'll continue. After taking Makoto out, we came out through the corridor, but then Makoto and Yuhara called out, mentioning the science lab door was not opening. As I said earlier, I went to investigate the science lab, but the door was tightly closed and couldn't be opened. In my attempt, I tried to force it open, but it was no use. The evidence seemed good at all. So Kurokawa joined who came from investigating the other places.
Oh, you know what I just realized?
Yeah?
So the way that it showed the skills, you know?
Yeah?
It showed, even the ones that I had already bought, it showed them. So that means that after next chapter, we'll get to see what Kanata's actually did.
Yeah? And also Toria's too? Yes. There was even a scream coming out of the science lab. The first was on the third floor, opening the door.
If he's the killer.
If he's the killer. Finally, we succeed in opening the door to it.
Was Kanata-chan dead?
That's a lot of jokes.
Shortly after, the Body Discovery announcement came out.
Everyone knows by now from seeing Nora's body. It was so horrible that she was shocked to death and couldn't even move from there. But the crime didn't end there. Yeah, it came out again.
Dude, we're in the trial. Control yourself.
Another BDC. It's just like Kinji saying, it's just Kinji saying, yeah, I remember the last time Monokuma came, and that's how That's Yamaguchi beef that we found in the library, right? In order to see what was transpired, we went down to the 10th floor to join you guys. And we also checked Yamaguchi's body. That's all from my report of 3rd floor investigation team.
As for us who checked... Okay, I'm sorry, I'm still going a little bit. Okay. As for us who checked the 2nd floor, are no different. Each of the 4 put to investigate classroom, and I, who went to the library, found Yamaguchi-kun and Ginjo-kun, and then the rest of the guys discovered the corpse one after another, and then the BDA rang. So roughly, that's how the case played out? Yeah, at first glance, it's like the murder case, just like 2 people died overnight, and we found one after another, but the biggest problem with this case is that the killer was this morning the same day. They went to the same areas as us, even the same hour, and committed the murder. So they snuck around, basically. Is that, you mean the estimated time of death in the Monokuma file? That's right. According to the Monokuma file, Yamaguchi and Noah died at the same time we were investigating the 2nd and 3rd floors. Which makes sense because the third case in the first game was kind of the same way. It didn't happen like overnight or anything. It happened as things were happening.
Yeah. I realize this. But as much as we've been acting pairs working with each other so we can prove everybody's alibi, that's not the only thing yet, right? When the science lab door was closed, we heard a noise scream clearly with a door in between. But when we opened the door, there was no one inside.
Now wait a minute, that's the same for us. The place where Yuharu-kun was found, it was near the stairs off the second floor. To get out of the library after killing Yamaguchi-kun, you must pass through there, so you couldn't have missed them.
When you went to search the library, did you go right away after breaking with the others to go into the third floor?
Yes, when I went to the library, Yamaguchi-kun was already dead. If the culprit killed them in the library, I couldn't have missed that. And even if we say this secretly came out, Kanata-chan was killed too. To go up to the third floor, they would have to pass Maeda-kun, right? All these things don't make sense.
I didn't ask that far. Don't jump ahead.
Yes, sorry.
What are you sorry for? You're gonna apologize to that guy?
Yeah, fuck him.
That's how Kindle is! It's not like Tyra anyway, so don't worry. Everyone else is not thinking badly of you, okay?
Oh no, it's alright, Kobayashi-kun. No matter what others say, it is true that I stabbed Kizuna-chan, and it is true that Ayame-chan died because of me. I don't deserve to say anything else.
If you know
Fuck
that,
you.
then let's continue. I also don't want to waste my time talking about bitter stuff even in class trials.
Uh-huh, for sure.
So then, the biggest issue right now is how they go back and forth without any of us noticing that short time. Yeah, knowing that Yamaguchi's time interval was only 5 minutes. It is definitely impossible to kill two places that separated by different floor levels. It looks like that, but is that really how it happened? Let's think based on what we have investigated. I may have found the secret of his challenge.
Bum, 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 bum.
Stun gun, science lab, flood, one board. What's the wooden board again?
It was what was blocking the door.
Oh, okay. Well, it was probably kill two people. Not necessarily. Yamaguchi was killed after. Do you know what
Can I
it
fire
was that killed
this
him?
bullet into his head?
Now, I was accused by stun gun, right? Yeah, that's maybe it was a stun. Wait, it was a stun gun? That doesn't make a shot against the body. But it's not close to the body, so it wasn't affected by it, right?
Break!
Wait,
Briok!
reacting.
There's gonna be no deaths this time!
Oh, yeah, it would have given me no death this time. No, the weapon I killed was definitely a stun gun.
Because I want skills.
It may not have been directed from a stun gun. It wasn't direct hit, but his weapon was a stun gun? Was this something like ghost hit them? Have you all been to the stairs at least once? Wasn't that stair wide enough to overflow the corridor? At first, I was wondering why they needed to do this. The fact that the science was turned into a sea of water, and Noi was electrocuted. What was the cost to make this happen?
If you let Kanata-chan absorb water and drop the stun gun, you can cause an electric shock without touching the stun gun directly. Is it really that easy, though? That's a lot of water for a small stun gun.
I mean, yeah, you would have to flood the entire thing. You can't just flood it, a part of it, and then just drop a stun gun there.
No, but my thing is, unless it was, like, really close, I feel like that's too much water. That it would get too dispersed. Maybe. I don't really know how that kind of stuff works.
Okay. But wait a moment. The stun gun itself is just a suppression tool. It doesn't come out like with enough voltage to kill people in no time. Of course, that also depends on the device. However, if you allow water to pass electricity, it won't be left enough for it to pass through the body. Yeah, if that were the case, wouldn't the killer be able to electrocute indirectly with water, even if he didn't use his thunder with his hands? How can you argue against this? This is just a no way, Maeda. You was a bunch of flaws. How can you argue against it? What's all wrong with the son of Kobayashi? Listen, I tried to reason my head wrapped around this trap for a while, but this logic is so wrong that it just doesn't fit. I was been beaten about by Maeda, but today I won't lose to you. Too bad. You argue for such a useless reason. Useless. You're useless. Fine then, Maeda. For you, find out what's wrong with your reasoning. Now then, this is my chance to point out your mistake.
Yes. Yes. Oh, thank you. That's very useful. Okay.
I think it was either Z or it's Z and Shift, and with the arrow keys. It's one of those two. I don't remember exactly which one.
I think I got it.
Broken mobile phone annoys by bloody white code. It's probably the bro. It's just similar stunner was submerged. Certainly, you can electrocute without touching the body. But in order to get into the water, someone should be in this quick science lab. It's probably the broken phone. After all, there's a chance to go back and forth, but you're saying the third floors. No, not necessarily. If you only drown the stun gun, you can operate it remotely.
Oh.
That's impossible! Only with superpowers! Stun gun movements only fell into it? Young lessons are taught that moves on its own. Let's go.
Thank you. I didn't understand it until you said that. I didn't realize that's like, oh, the phone could probably set it off. I was like, what does the phone have to do with it?
Kobayashi, maybe there may be one. Hold up moves by itself. What? In fact, the science lab stun gun wasn't just dropped there. Next to it, a mobile phone was connected with a strap. The cell phone? You mean the one that Yuhara discovered? Yeah, that's right. Maki's mobile phone. It was the one that disappeared and you said it was there?
Also, you said it was a self-moving tool? Why does that cell phone matter?
Actually, it matters because it has a vibration function that was used. Shinjo was right. That phone had alarm settings just before we heard a noise scream. That's right! And it's switches now!
So, you connected the strap to the phone.
Why is the alarm function related to moving? Am I the only one who doesn't understand?
Huh? Oh, Yuhara, a vibration alarm function. You don't know what that is? Oh, right, Yuhara lived in the mountains, so you don't know the achievements of society, right? Let the civilized people tell you then.
I did not live in the mountains. Yuhara, why explain why they drowned the stun gun using the phone's alarm function? The phone and the stun gun were connected by a strap? Why would the killer set the alarm at the time when the stun gun was going to drown and place his phone in a corner as if it was going to fall on the edge of the desk?
Oh.
When this happens, the alarm goes off at a preset time. The vibration function occurs. The cell phone moves little by little. Due to this vibration, the Vincent falls from the desk to the floor. I see. I understand now. Is it really simple? Is solving Connor's death really that simple? No, it can't be. So the stun gun that was connected to the cell phone fell along with it?
No, it's obviously not that simple. We haven't talked about the locked room. We have to talk about why they decided to do it this way. So no, we're not. No, it's not. We're not done yet.
Yeah, I know, but it's just a method of killing. What do you think, Kobayashi? With this, it is possible to electrocute a remote without anyone in the science lab, right? Oh yes, I lost. I didn't want to lose this time, but I lost to my head again. People at Kingdom don't know. My head will be able to win. Is it a problem to win or lose now? Take it seriously. This is a class trial. I know that. Who want to know what? Who would know about this? Only argue once because I know I'm a reason better than my haters. It's fine. Don't fight. Now we have to focus on revealing the culprit's crimes first. Why am I meeting now?
So Kanaji-chan was electrocuted remotely using a cell phone in the flood, right?
Say, you found out that the cell phone has an alarm function. Even if it is that type of phone these days, it looks like an old 2G phone. My question would be, is it waterproof?
Waterproof.
And the fact that it's starting to fill in the water means that the cell phone was connected to it also dropped. Old cell phones will probably break because of the water. No, rather, the cell phone was floating on the floor of the science lab, and it was a near broken state. The time was displayed with strings, and the colors of the screen had strange marks and lines. I just found out that the alarm was set along other features that were still functional.
She can't use any other functions again? That's a little disappointing. Even if it's out of signal, it's still a mobile phone that could bear a clue in the future.
Hey, aren't you guys leaning down the road too much? If the problem is sorted out, let's move on to the next step. If Noah's problem was already cleared up, we're still yet to clear a lot more from this case. Oh, right. So as long as the killer can do a remote killing using a cell phone on the floor of water, they don't have to run directly to the second and third floors. I see. If you set it up in advance, the rest just needs to know it's tied up so that she cannot move from that spot. They may have used a lot of tape for that purpose. It seems so. But if that's true, then what happened to Yamaguchi? Huh? Is anything amiss? The culprit did kill themselves.
Wait a second, even if Kanaji-chan is clear, is it the same way Yamaguchi-kun? When I discovered him in the library, there was only Kinjo who fell down.
If Tyros was true, it would certainly be impossible to get out of the library without being noticed. The time of death was 8:40 in the first place, and it's impossible anyone was killed at that time.
Maeda-kun, Yuhara-kun, and Mikako-chan went to the third floor, so it's possible. Satsuki-chan, Kobayakawa-kun, Otori-kun, and I confirmed each other on the second floor, so it's all too far-fetched.
And Kinjo and Mikako want to see it being beaten by a killer, right? And who's a killer? A ghost? No, wait. Would it be possible for him? You, Kinjo!
Kinjo? Well, but Kinjo-kun was hit by the killer in the head, right?
No. I feel bad for Kinjo, but think of it as a term of elimination. Kinjo and Mikako are the only ones who have no alibi at the time of the crime.
Then Makaru is a suspect too?
They were in the art room, though. It's too far-fetched to bail. But Kinjo was found right in the library where Yamaguchi was dead? So you're saying that he being knocked out was a self-made play?
The fact that they're bringing it up so early makes me lose hope.
But even I saw that the wound quite severe to the self-play and tried to heal it! Wasn't that prepared? If you're guilty in the first place, you'll get executed and die! It was about hurting yourself. Is it possible for a criminal to get out simple by thinking of being a victim? Okay. So, y'all consider me to be the culprit?
That's...
Do you really think I did the murder?
I want you to.
If you say that, it only sounds like an excuse. If you're not the culprit, why you refuse logic of your speciality? Because I really was fainted. I was lacking information. I'm not able to refuse something that you think is reasonable.
What? This is maybe... Kinjo, are you declaring your defeat?
I'll ask this for confirmation. Yamaguchi's time of death is 8:40. As written in the Montgomery file, it's accurate. And as soon as you went to the second floor and scouted for the investigation, Yamaguchi was already dead in the library?
Yes, I guarantee this.
You know that if you can't refute it, you'll confess that you're a culprit, right? Was he really a culprit? Criminal justice or killed who don't forgive criminals. I have to relieve this emotion and look at things objectively. Is it true that only Kingdom Makara without alibis could have committed the crime? But I just think about this more. It's possible they would conclude this way too early.
Yeah, the fact that they're bringing it up now makes me very sad that it's probably not true.
What is this? This is new music. Class of weapon library bloodbath tires testimony. The one who killed you could do this as Kinzo. You're free to believe me or not, but I was knocked out by the killer. That might be your own trick. He killed Yamaguchi at the library on the spot. No, that was quick. Nobody call. Wait a minute. Is that really true? You're asking if it's true? What do you mean? Nobody just said it. He killed Yamaguchi. You just said he killed Yamaguchi who was in the library on the spot. That conclusion may have been wrong. What do you mean? It was the same logic as in Magi's case. There's no guarantee that the murder took place where the body was found.
Huh? Then, you mean he wasn't killed in the library?
I think that's more likely. Because of the bloodstains where they were dragged from the outside. If Yamaguchi was really dead in the library at the beginning of the day, it would be an impossible crime. And where is it? Where did Yamaguchi die? Not really sure. Maybe it was in the art room?
The art room? That's so far away.
The main stage of this case is likely to be the science lab in the library. In fact, it might not be an exaggeration to say that the art room is more important than these two. The reason why the art room is more important place, why Yamaguchi might have died in the art room other than the library. I saw that tour, and though his video has blood on it. Yeah, it's the
Boop. Did you appreciate that?
I did.
Thank you. Thank you.
There was some plastic weapons in the art room. It's made of stone, but if you cut its edge fairly sharply enough and swing it as a weapon, it becomes such a spear that you can really cut easily off human flesh.
No way. That spear made of stone was the thing that killed Yamaguchi-kun?
It probably is, because one of the plastic weapons had a blood spot. Wait a second! Yamaguchi died in the art room, but he was there? But was he there? Is it a bit hard to say that he died there? He could have been killed in the library and put back in the place for a while, right? That's not possible. There was a plastic wrap with blood in the trash can from the art room. A plastic wrap? Kinjo found it too. You didn't have much time to investigate it. That's right. So I couldn't realize that the plastic weapon had blood on it. I just listened to Maya's statement and found out its connection. They probably used it to wipe the blood off then. Then how was the plastic wrap used? As Maeda said, if there was blood on a plastic weapon, there's a high chance that the murder weapon is this. The Monokuma file also said something sharp. If so, the killer would have killed Yamaguchi with a wrap around the blade of the shedding.
Hey, you said the wrap was covered in blood, right? I mean, is that a tool to prevent blood from getting into the weapon?
I realized that. But isn't there something odd? They used the wrap to keep the blood from getting into, but Maeda said the plastic weapon had blood on it. Isn't that contradictory? Didn't I mention this? It was just spread. It was faintly spread. That was not an ordinary blood mark. It was an oval, round blood mark. It's the size of a nail.
Whew, how can blood be like that?
I see. I understand I've listened to Maeda. It was a simple accident to get blood on the plastic weapon.
An accident?
I don't know how many people have gone through the trash can in the art room, but if you've seen the plastic wrap, you know. In the wrap, there was blood all over, except this one round hole. Oh, I see. If it were original intention of a criminal, a spot of blood should not have been rubbed on the weapon. But somehow, all the wrap was torn. That's why the blood stain remained.
Aha! Then as these two said, the culprit killed Yamaguchi in the art room with the weapon that was in the art room. And then the evidence was just put in the trash bin. That's great, these are excellent detectives.
Wait a minute! Wait! I know the rap prevents blood from spread. I get it. But that could have been done in the art. That could have been done in the art by bringing a rap to the library, and do the kid and dispose of evidence in the art room. Of course, you can see it that way. But it wasn't just a rap that was in the art room's trash. Maeda, if you found the rap, you must have seen that thing too. How about you tell the others about that?
How about you do it?
That thing, you mean
Dick?
something that was thrown in the trash with a plastic wrap? That must be.
Doot, doot.
Kinzo, you mean a noise white coat? Indeed, a noise white coat with a lot of blood. As a result, Inoi's body was not wearing a white coat. Why was the coat in such a place?
Wait a minute, Kanata-chan is... She died in a terrible manner, but she didn't bleed at all. But there's blood on it?
I don't know why Inoi's white coat was in the art room. But one thing is certain. The killer used the white coat to wipe the blood off. Wipe it off? But is it still there? You can tell just by looking at the shape of the blood. In all likelihood, it's a blood stain that seems to have been rubbed with blood at some point. You can see that it was used to destroy the evidence. Well, but it was Yamaguchi who shed blood, right? What do you say they wiped the blood off?
It's the art room itself. The art room had traces of blood on the floor. There were traces of blood left.
As Kurokawa mentioned, there are traces of blood wiped off from the floor of the art room. I've even checked with the smell, so I'm sure. I see. I didn't know about it, but there was blood on the floor. If that was the case, it proves that they wiped the blood out with the coat. Blood spat on the floor of the art room? Someone mentioned this before. Only Yamaguchi shed blood. Then, by process of elimination, that means the blood spattered in the art room is...
When Yamaguchi-kun died in the art room...
Indeed! That would be good enough for a reason we didn't find these on the second floor. This is Kinzo after all. Even if we investigate for a few minutes, they will remain to solve all these cases. I can only put my reason up to this point. Even if Yamaguchi died in the art room, the mystery still remains unsolved. What? Which mystery?
No matter where the body died, what you saw with your own eyes was Kakeru Yamaguchi's body, who died in the library. Then the corpse must have been moved by the killer, which in turn means they somehow moved from the art room to the library. Oh, that's a surprise, Makaru helping us. How frustrating this is. Anyway, think carefully. The time of death is of Kakeru Yamaguchi and the time until you found the body. What?
Oh, this is grabbing the bullet and then using it to fire someone else.
What?
In DL1, you had to take one of the poison statements and then use it as your own bullet.
Oh my god, I haven't thought about that mechanic in a long fucking time.
That's what this is, I'm pretty sure.
And it's common to fire truth bullet suit for someone's opponent. You can scan a bullet from a yellow statement to make it your own. These were always one of the hardest ones for me to do.
Take your time. We don't need to always do it on the first try.
God, do you think they're going to introduce the thing about making a... Imagine if they did the thing about making a truth bullet negative.
No!
That was the worst part of V3.
I hated light bullet. Never knew where to use them. I hope not, but I really doubt it. It's only the... Yeah, they don't disappear unless they've been shot.
I have no fucking idea, God.
Well, let's just see what he says say first, and then just yeah, we have to scan it. More new music though. What's the mystery? The place where Yamaguchi dies in the art room. He was in the art room around 8:40, the time of death. At that time, we were already investigating the second floor. I was already in the hallway. There was no sign of anyone on the third floor. But how Yamaguchi teleported to the library? That's a mystery. Reason impossible, but convictions don't stop. Wrong time of death? Because there's no chance. Such all written on the Monkuma's file is true. Killer doesn't know. We're trying to blank you. This is bonkers. Why monks don't have it all the time? Day and night, without any cover, they'll always try to kill us. I think it's this. I think we have to scan this one.
Why?
Well, there's nothing else. We're discussing right now. Some of the reports seem to have been misunderstood. It's clear the place where Yamaguchi died is the art room around 8:40, except everything won't fit going back and forth. He died in the art room, but there were blessings in other places and the body was moved to the library. Feels like everything was prepared in advance. Yeah, it's day or night, because if we don't know, it's only 8:40, but they never say like morning, is it morning or night?
I did consider that. Okay. I had no idea what you were talking about. I don't remember which one it was, so...
No.
No, I'm just getting prepared.
Something might come up. Yeah, then. It's probably what Kinjo's saying. Let's see what he said. Let's say again first. What's the mystery? The place where Yamaguchi died? No, it's not the place. One time of death? Because all written in my mind is true. Yeah, that's... There we go!
I never would have thought about that.
That's why I'm here. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Day and night. Day and night? Guys, wait a second. Wait, there's something that bothers me.
What's wrong, Maeda-kun?
Does anyone have Yamaguchi's Monokuma file? I brought it last time I checked. Why? Did you think of anything? Kinjo, read what was written in that Monokuma file without any mistake, please. Okay. The estimated time of death of the victim, Kakeru Yamaguchi, is about 8:40. Yeah, it's no. Found in the library, sharply cut from the back neck to the uvula. The weapon is presumed to be semi-shot. No other visible trauma. Something's weird, is it not? Something's weird. What is? In this Monokuma file, it says the time of death is 8:40, but it doesn't say at all whether it's AM or PM.
Yeah. Huh? Huh? It's better than the police, am I right?
It was like that?
I didn't understand what they were talking about. Toya Kobazing explained it to us.
What? Hey! What do you mean? Make me a fool!
Did you understand then?
Please explain, Maeda. Okay, think for a moment. If in the Monokuma file, we've seen so far clearly indicated whether it was in the morning or afternoon. 6 a.m., yeah.
6 a.m. It's 9:30 p.m. 9:30 p.m.
It really is! 8 p.m. I'm not reading the Monokuma file! There was a blind spot. I'm sure the Monokuma file is the only one that says the truth, or it's not being mistaken. Rather, it was us. It's not 8:40 a.m. The real time of death is it took place the night before. It was 8:40 p.m.
That's why his body was dry.
Yeah.
Then Yamaguchi-kun, you're saying he was already dead since last night when we were walking around?
Wait a minute! Won't you be too fast, Q? Just because it doesn't say whether it was morning or night, it's not enough to conclude that he died the night before. He might have come forgotten missing in the first place. No, it's not a jump nor a leap. Rather, this case cannot be solved unless it's this way. Yeah, it's... At first, I was fainted, so I thought I was lacking information. But considering the premise of 8:40 p.m., now the back and front I saw it fit. Still... Or do you want to ask Monokuma then?
Eh?
Until now, the Monokuma files always recorded the time of death in morning or afternoon. But is there any reason for committing that point? Only in this occasion?
Well, that's... No comment. If you ask me that, I will be the one in the trial. I've said it again and again. I've decided not to meddle with the trial. It's a big no. Monokuma files always gives only the right information, and based on it, helpful for reasoning. It's like kind of a service system. But now, because of the Monokuma file, it's causing a confusion of misinformation. It becomes a useless debate. I think this is a problem, Monokuma. A problem that... I can't help you now. It's not saying anything wrong. I just can't tell you. I'm pretty sure this is it. Monokuma files always and only tell the truth, but some may have felt it through this incident so far, right? According to the content of each case, the description of the content is adjusted accordingly and properly orchestrated. It was orchestrated? In simpler terms, it's like this. For example, let's say that the killer wants to implement a whole body trick for that purpose. In that case, in the Monokuma file would be, it was drunk with blank.
Indeed. It's a delicate system that makes me sick.
That's it. The Monokuma file is only a tool that helps in the investigation, not a tool to tell the truth. Because then, you guys will pay the price.
It seems like you...
What the fuck? Okay.
That's why the timeless was subtracted from the Monokuma file. Very strange, isn't it?
I swear my finger was like not pushing down on the button. What's that? I can't hear you. I don't know anything. La 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 la.
It was bound to happen. In fact, because of this time trick, almost got us very badly with drastic wrong at those moments. No, it certainly looks that way. Yeah, then it could be anyone now, because anyone could have... They killed Yamaguchi first, and then they did what it did to Kaneda, and then they were just there with everyone for the second floor investigation.
Yep.
No, it certainly looks that way. But are we really sure? Well, certain evidence. It could be just inference based on Monokuma's worst circumstances.
Why are you so negative? Did someone stab you?
It's not like that. I just want to be sure. Sure. It's not like we don't understand it. Well, if that's the case, I'll be sure to submit evidence, as Hiro said. Shall we try it? You have evidence? Yes, before I used to think about whether this was done in the morning or at night. But I knew the timeline trick, and there was some solid evidence to support that claim. The question I felt during the investigation, I could feel it while I was investigating Yamaguchi's body. If Yamaguchi was dead for a day, the cause of these crises are understandable. My question is...
He stopped bleeding.
The proof is simple. Yamaguchi's wound was not bleeding.
Huh? That's not it, is it? It was because the library was a bloodbath.
That's obvious. That's the case. But anyone who has examined the body in detail could have felt a sense of something misplaced. The blood is recent contact to the library. Yamaguchi himself, though, did not have a single drop of blood coming out of his neck cut. You saw that? Didn't we click the body in detail? Definitely. It felt strange, too. When I heard about Yamaguchi's time of death and thought about it again, if things connected in some way, then let's sort this out. The blood was far gone. What is that? What it means? It's been some time since he died, so the blood already stopped.
Oh, I see. It supports the idea that Yamaguchi-kun was already dead yesterday evening.
Wait a minute, please. Sure, that may be true, but what happened to the blood in the library? The blood was not dry, and it was just flowing. It's from the blood plaques, dude. The blood in the library is just a diversion for a criminal to make it seem like Yamaguchi just died. The blood is probably like what the killer used.
Yeah, it was a really bad diversion.
That tool would be in the filming. That's, do you know there was a refrigerator in the filming that keeps blood transfusion packs?
Oh, it was for storage of the transfusion packs. I think I brought one for the injured man to drink when he was thirsty.
No, inside there are a lot of transfusion packs for each blood type. I found out during my investigation this morning that the blood transfusion packs inside were gone. I didn't know because I couldn't go to the infirmary. As Maeda said,
The blood in the library. It was a pool of blood made by transfusion packs. It was a room of lies. It was like that? It was a little weird when you think about it. I think I saw too much blood.
in the beginning, Yamaguchi must have been killed in the law room. But it's also strange that there was so much blood in the library. It can be said that they disguised him too much. From there, when it comes to the time of death, I have a guess. Maeda, do you remember? When the trial was about to begin, we met in the hallway of the second floor when I just woke up. Are you talking about that time? Yeah, I definitely told you about this. Right before being stunned by the killer, I saw Yamaguchi bleeding and fainted. What? Wait, obviously Kindo was attacked, but... Of course, it was at nighttime yesterday.
Then Yamaguchi-kun was...
Monokuma files, some bleeding blood transfusion packs, and what Kindo mentioned. I can only say if the evidence comes out one after another up to this point, then we can make sure things properly. All right then. Now everyone knows for sure. Takeru Yamaguchi was not dead at 8:40 this morning, but at 8:40 p.m. yesterday night. That's how it happened.
Pretty good and competent. I'll praise you on this one.
I mean, you were locked up anyway, so you didn't know that.
Shut up. Don't pretend to be a smartass. But oh well, I'll admit it for a little bit. I know the killer, as I said before, but I was not sure about the trick. I'll tell you that my gaze on the incompetent has changed by about 0.1%. Yeah, okay, shut up.
That was a compliment, right?
I swear, Byakuya was not as annoying as she is.
He definitely wasn't.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you said he was. It's like I think she's worse.
Yeah, she definitely is. I guess all the mystery have been solved because Yamaguchi was already dead yesterday. Or the trick for Noi was solved too. That also includes the movement of the blood spots, and the corpses all over the place was indeed solved too. However, the real issue begins after this. Then who is the killer? That is the problem we have on our hands. That's... Yeah, it's too early to be happy just yet. Even though we solve the tricks, mysteries, and questions, if we don't know the culprit, then this is a bad outcome.
But if the contents so far are true, the criminal deliberately wanted to make 8:40 p.m. and 8:40 a.m. different. The timing was thoroughly calculated for the murder, right? Also, spraying a blood transfusion pack and even having the guts to kill 2 people and attack up to 3 people in a single night.
Yeah, this case is somewhat impulsive and different from the 2 previous cases, was it considered semi-accidents. I'm certain that this was a planned murder committed with a crime plan. Kindo's wasn't correct. Unlike the previous instance, I feel a firm malice. Are they really among us? Can we murder like this? Shinzo, what should we do in this case? If all the tricks are really solved, and if you only need to find the culprit, you should start with an alibi. Since you know the real time of death of Yamaguchi, you will naturally know who the killer is. if you look at each alibi based on this,
Alibi? You mean?
let's weigh each one. First of all, tell me what everyone did at 8:40 p.m. yesterday. The real time death of Yamaguchi. Yesterday, 8:40 p.m.? At that time, surely, was it the time Tyra was making a fuss? Tyra's fuss?
Oh, yeah, that.
Tyra tried to kill herself last night.
It's no big deal. Tower just got hurt a little. I was there. It's irrelevant for the case. Kako-chan.
Right. So at least Kokao, Tori, and I who were there, Ironami, Kobushikawa, and the 5 of us will support Tyra. When I recall that, I think it was around 8:40 p.m. Okay. If so, I think we removed the 6 of you from the suspect line.
Good, so the only ones left are the psycho cop, the priest, and me. Huh? But isn't that weird? Those 3 were 3 people who passed out because they were aimed by the criminal.
It's nothing you can think about too hard. I don't want to doubt this, but in this case, there's only one possibility.
There's proof.
There's proof that one of the testimonies was lying. Yeah.
Woo! Okay. In between these 3, someone lied?
First, let's be honest as possible.
I'll say it's definitely not Ray, because, like, her thing was locked from the outside, and she was tied up and everything. You can't really do that by yourself.
Right. You just close the door with the foot and then brought it back in. First, let's be honest as possible. Why don't you tell us what we were doing at 8:40 p.m. yesterday? I was in the second floor area. I was hanging out on the casino side. Unfortunately, no one can testify for this, but I was also checking the front door. But as I mentioned, I can't prove it because there was no one around.
Same here.
What? There were no witnesses in the other way?
Well, obviously.
What? So you're saying all 3 people possibly committed the crime?
Well, one of the 3 was not attacked by the killer, but what if they pretended to be attacked?
I'm sorry, but Kinzo, Yuhara, Makaru, can you tell us the situation when you guys were attacked at dawn? If this solves your doubts. When it was a little over 3 a.m., I was on the way from my first floor to the second floor. And I usually went to the library side, so I moved there. When I went inside, Yamaguchi was down. I figured he was already dead by now. But at that time, it was necessary to find out if Yamaguchi was simply stunned or dead. But as I was trying to approach him...
Ned.
Certain...
You were ambushed?
Right. Normally, I'm not always nervous, but I think I was off guard for a moment. Probably the killer aimed for that point, and it showed Yamaguchi's body to me. Showed it to you? Yeah. Do you understand what I mean? Since Yamaguchi has been removed from the library, it's not as bloody as it is now. Then, in addition to simply confused with Nori, it uses a bait to distract Kinzo? I wonder why I was only stunned and not killed. But they will regret it. In turn, for keeping me alive, I will find them out and they'll be punished accordingly. It was a similar situation for me, but it was probably earlier than Kinzo's. I was attacked near the stairs while trying to go up the 3rd floor. How about you, Makaru?
Well, it's roughly similar. I was attacked near the art room and lost my sight somehow, and when I woke up, I was inside the locker. But it all happened in the middle of the night, right? Now it seems that all 3 people were attacked at different times and there are no witnesses, so how do we know who the killer is?
No. Even if we were just attacked, doesn't it seem a little different in the method? The method? The attack method. Kinzo and Yuhara, I know that we saw them get directly beaten and bleeding, but Makaru was not bleeding nor assaulting any way? Yeah, but...
Then you think Makaru is the culprit? Do I have to tell you every little thing now? It's chloroform, that's what they did.
What?
So it was chloroform they used? It sounds rare, but it comes out in use for a lot of things. For example, tap your mouth with a handkerchief. That would be an effective way to get someone in a coma.
You mean that stuff is in this school too?
If you had searched the science lab with even a little interest, you would have been able to find it right away. But it seems your stupidity is not going away. Remembering the moment just before the attack, it might have been a handkerchief that was put in my mouth.
Okay, if that's what it was, who is the culprit? When it comes to alibi, one of those is still a suspect.
Don't think about the process. Let's consider the cause. Why were they ambushed? Why only them?
Why them? Well, the killer is a little strange. It wasn't enough to kill 2 people, so they attacked 3 other people.
If we put it simply, isn't it because they wander around nighttime? And wow, if they had some alarm for vibrations prepared in advance, or if the corpses were found, it would be a headache.
Maybe, but... Oh, I have a little guess. I didn't say this because I wasn't sure, but a cell phone was used to kill and it disappeared after I was attacked. I mentioned this to you, Maeda, didn't I? Oh, yes! You were looking for it in the second floor hallway, right?
Oh yeah, Yoharu had the tools necessary for the crime, so they attacked him and took it from him. I see, then there was a reason for Yoharu's ambush.
If that's the reason, why did they attack Kinjo? If Kinjo was knowing at a nighttime with crime, it would be difficult for the culprit to get out. Plus, he's an old police officer, right? It was also a result of the previous 2 cases. Actually, in this case, Kinjo was struggling like that because the trial began without Kinjo collecting enough clues, right? Even though I did research properly, your tone seems as to pass it all to me.
His makes sense because he's considered a threat, so they made it hard so he couldn't investigate, and because he saw the body.
Right.
Hey, let's not do that. If the trial fails, Kinjo's life is also at risk, you know.
Well, it seems like I can see the truth out of coming this far. Huh? I've been suspicious of it, but when I think about the information I've got so far, I can see the silhouette of only one person, the killer. I believe some of you may have realized it. How about it? The killer silhouette can be seen? This quickly?
What do you mean, Kinjo-kun? No. You know the killer?
Everyone's remarks so far would outline the case and the alibis combined makes a person who is making contradictory statements. That person is a true culprit of this case. Contradictory statements? Is it them? If the alibis were all true, the culprit must be one between Kinjo, Yoharu, and Makaru. The one who made a contradictory statement. Among them is...
They're saying it's Ray, I think. No?
No? Is it Kinji then? It has to be because it's only one left if it's not Kinjo.
犯人は君だ。
Don't tell me. Was it you? Yuhara? Kinji Yuhara?
Eh?
What in place? Excuse me?
Already? Dude, this one's way shorter.
Can you press on or do you want to stop?
Oh,
here?
yeah, absolutely. I didn't think it would take just only... We've only been... Dude, the investigation was an hour. And we've only been in the trial for an hour.
So unless, like, the second part is, like, 5 hours...
That's
this is a really...
I would have thought this one would have been even longer because of the double murder.
Huh.
Damn, that's crazy.
I mean, I guess it didn't have to be Kinji. Like, they just suspected him.
Well, no, considering that we're at the halfway point, I still don't think it's early enough to know who the killer is.
Right. That's what I just said. But they just said they just threw out it was Kinji because he did make a statement that was quote unquote contradictory. But it doesn't have to be him. It could also be someone else.
Why was the statement contradictory? I don't get it.
I don't recall what exactly he said.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pause. Resume it.
You resumed it?
I resume it.
Let's go then. I hope it's not Kinji because I like him. Kinji Yuhara. Was it you? Wait a minute! Yuhara? This guy? Can you elaborate why is it me?
Yes, please do.
I'm not entirely convinced yet. But according to Kinjo, the killers can't do these things. That alibi, if you are the one who said contradictions within words without an alibi, there's only you, Yuhara.
Contradictory words? When did Yuhara-kun say those?
Do you guys remember what Yuhara said moments ago? He said after he was attacked by the criminal in the middle of the night, the cell phone that he had before then disappeared. However, this statement doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. I'm not sure what you mean.
I'm not convinced about this. It's just speculation. But I couldn't think of anything else other than this as contradictory words. I'll explain so everyone can understand. First, it was 8:40 p.m. yesterday that culprit killed Yamaguchi, right? If that's the case, then the culprit would have started destroying evidence such as hiding the spills, wiping the blood. And at this point, Inori must have been held in the hands of the culprit as well. Do you guys remember? Inori's white coat was used for wiping the blood of Yamaguchi. Look at this. It would be no exaggeration to say that Inori and Yamaguchi were both aimed at the same time. And everyone knew how Inori died? Inori died from a remote murder using a mobile phone's alarm. She was killed in a thoroughly planned crime. Just by seeing that they had already removed the white coat and used it to wipe Yamaguchi's blood. It was a bold move that was possible because everything was planned and prepared. To summarize this, they killed Yamaguchi first with full preparation, brought Inori into the trick just as planned. It must be said that everything was going according to their plan. All the preparation was completed since the beginning of the time when they were attacked. Otherwise, they would have gambled on remaining risks. Indeed, after all those preparations. But then what? What's weird about that? Don't you realize? Yuhara said that the cell phone was stolen in the middle of the night. So the perpetrator, who acted so thoroughly and deliberately, carried out such bold actions with a mobile phone not in hand?
So he's basically saying, would they have started doing this if they didn't know for sure that they had the phone?
You cut out. What'd you say?
He's basically saying, oh, they prepared everything in advance. So do you really think he would have started to kill Yamaguchi if he didn't already have the cell phone? For sure.
That makes sense. As Maeda said, at the time of killing Nori that way and tagging him yesterday night, it must be said that they already devised a trick using a mobile phone.
Mobile phone.
But isn't Kinji like a boomer? He doesn't even know how to make a phone call. How can he send it along?
I mean, it could be a trick.
Yeah? If he didn't have a cell phone in hand, you would think and act first, and then attack Yuhara without knowing whether or not it will succeed and take their cell phone. Kinji... However, the cell phone was in Yuhara's possession since he found it. So how did the killer steal a phone from Yuhara? It was either a pre-raid, or it was never done in the first place. The answer to this question is very simple. If you were Yuhara, you would have been able to execute the plan without any difficulty. Yuhara did something like this? You want to come home kill Nori Yamaguchi?
Why does that startle you?
What now? What's so funny? No, I apologize. But isn't that a little funny? I am a murderer who believes in God and tells a teacher of a father. This is outrageous.
A lot of old priests were murderers. What's your point? So Yoharu isn't the killer, right?
Of course I am not the culprit. If I say that, would you believe me?
Huh?
According to your reason so far, I'm the only one who makes the conditions of being the culprit. But I can't believe you guys by just saying that I am the culprit in such a situation. Well, I'm 99.99% certain that you are the culprit. Then I can prove myself for the remaining 0.1%?
It's 0.01%.
0.01%. Sorry. What? I said according to reason. Which means, if your reason is wrong, I will not become the culprit either. Are you saying you have no room to argue with? Of course. From now on, let me prove my innocence by showing that your reasoning is wrong. Are you prepared? Let's see. All right, let's go. The reason you point me to as a culprit is because I don't have an alibi at the time of the crime and in the nighttime. And there's contradicting words about a cell phone, correct? There's nothing to say about an alibi. But it's nothing but an assertion that you say that I'm the culprit for just that. So let me show you why it's not strange at all if I had my phone stolen at night. All right, let's go. Is it Makoto's testimony? Let's see. Your reason is well put. But is that really the right answer? Did you know what the premise is wrong? Well, for example, would Yamaguchi really be dead at 8:40 in the evening? Why not? That was all over already. Yamaguchi is irrelevant because the reason why you suspect is because it doesn't make sense that someone is moved out at nighttime. Would a killer who worked so much act rationally without preparation? I'm talking about before that. Whether Yamaguchi was caught at 8:40 means it was next morning that we found the body. If I left the body there,
No, wrong thing. I got it. It's the locker. It's the locker. I got it.
not really the right answer. You don't know the premises. What did he say? For example, what
he's saying something about like hiding the body.
Would he really be 8:40 in the evening?
He's saying if it was 8:40 in the evening, wouldn't have somebody have found the body.
Oh, right. Yeah, that makes sense. That's without preparation. I'm talking about before that. Why do we not call it 8:40 up? The next one we found the body. Easy clap.
I am smart.
You are smart. You left the corpse alone? You really believe that? Do you have evidence to deny this? Of course. Remember the locker where Makoto was kept inside? Inside the locker was covered in blood. How did you miss this? Makoto did not bleed, so what's the reason for this? And as Makoto said earlier, she said the method they used was chloroform, so he didn't bleed from any injury. If that's the case...
someone else was in there inside, dripping blood.
That's right. Yamaguchi's corpse must have been inside the locker where he died recently. And then the killer stunned Makaru and Kinjo. The only eyes who wander around nighttime.
That's it. Then, after attacking Makaru, they moved Yamaguchi's body to the library and put Makaru in his place, right?
To be precise, they struck Makaru ahead of me and stunned her, then moved the corpse to the library, which made me off guard. This is the order in which they were attacked. Capture Inoue, killing Yamaguchi, and stunning Makaru. Last step, it was aimed at me. So what do you think now, Yuhara? The reason we made in front of us has fundamentally no issues, no matter what. The excuse you try arguing will be the same. It's really hard to believe it, but if you're the real culprit, don't drag this long and confess. Telling any more like this is something that I don't want to do to anyone. As Ida says, it's unbelievable this guy's the culprit. A quiet, devout, believing God, becoming murderer killed 2 people? There's no evidence, no excuses for reasoning about his usual actions or being a Christian. We just have to focus on picking out by one person who can only be seen as a culprit. So then, what are you gonna do now, murderer? Yuhara. Yes, I apologize. I was wrong. Are you admitting it? No, I doubt your reasoning. But the time when Yamaguchi died and the time difference tracks seem to be all correct.
My headphones are acting up again. Hold on. Okay. So according to that reasoning, Yuhara is the only one that remains as the culprit?
Definitely not. Everyone has alibis except for me, Mikaru, and Kinjo. But because I'm the one who has kept the cell phone, I am being mistaken for the culprit. What do you mean by mistaken? You are the culprit. There's nothing to doubt, and you have nothing else to say. Are you still unaware of all the conditions that could be committed when all of them are pointed at you? I am aware that I am the only one who meets the criminals and conditions. Among the living people, that is. He said, oh, what? This guy, how long are you going to keep going to force this? What is being forced here is that I am the culprit, but I am not. But because you guys are so driven by this, it's no wonder you're desperately trying to get me to accept these charges, aren't you? If that's the case, I'll have to midpoint myself being innocent as a blacking, and everyone will die together. To be so stubborn like that, you're not the culprit? Is that it? You fool! You trying to trick us like that! Can't be sure of that. I'm not convinced that you are the culprit at all. You guys are stupid. What? What did you say? All the evidence points you as the culprit, and all the tricks are undeniable. Why are you all still fighting? Is there something to make any conclusive objection? Now, there still remains one path to make you consider me not being there as a culprit. I hope after you hear this, it will change your mind. It would suck if you are the culprit, Kinji, because it's one person we like after another. Just
I don't remember what Tyra's testimony is.
I think that's why we did check the truth boards. Among the living people, what do you mean? Think carefully, there must have been someone who could commit the crime besides me. For example, Kanta Inoue, I mean. What?
Sure.
Inoue is dead though? Why did the culprit kill Tibu in the first place? Doesn't that seem odd? This is my idea. Inoue kills Yamaguchi and then she kills herself. Stupid. You really think that makes sense? Oh, it doesn't make sense? Inoue does people commit serious crime. You would know that best. Obviously he knows alibi, but but in order to tape herself and died by dropping a cell phone, suppose that doesn't seem possible. Yeah, it's... Then Inoue is not... No! She's... How can... In other words, it's like this. According to my reasoning, Inoue killed Yamaguchi at age 40. After hiding Yamaguchi in the locker, she went through the hallway at nighttime. I was ambushed and attacked after the other victim. For the last act, she went to the science lab and...
I remembered at the last second what her testimony was. It's about going to the lab for the scissors.
Right, you close the stream, by the way.
Motherfucker. I remembered at like the very last second.
Great, that's... Tried long, hard to believe. You heard that's wrong! Your report is full of contradictions! Is it, Maeda? Why is that? All of you were in the dorm for nighttime and attacking Kinzo, Makara, and me would have not been possible for Inoue at all. As you say, Inoue killed Yamaguchi, attacked Makara, Kinzo, and Yuhara, finished all the work, including the blood transfusion packs, and finally went to the science lab to prepare to commit suicide, right? Yes, and no one saw it, which means you can't deny Inoue's crime. There are no means, am I correct? No, they saw it. The reason why Inoue can't be the culprit is because someone saw it! What? Tyra, you must have been around that time, right? I had a science room just before nighttime yesterday. You said the door didn't open.
Huh? Oh yes, the door didn't open.
It's weird, right? According to your horror's words, Inoue at the time after Yamaguchi's corpse attacked Kinzo, etc., you need to be prepared. But why didn't the science lab door open? That's right. The answer will come out eventually. Because Inoue was already tied up in the science lab at that time. But of course, it would be impossible to open the door from the outside if you wanted to walk through the entrance. If Inoue was committing a crime from the outside of the time, the science lab has already been collapsed. It would be a huge contradiction. Wait a minute. What do you think, Yuhara? Can you still say that Yuhara can commit crimes? Wait and listen. Just because the science lab was locked doesn't mean it was locked with a latch. When Tyra tried to enter, the door could have been locked with a lock function attached to the door itself.
Oh my, but then what about this? As a result of my investigation, I found out that the door to the science lab did not have a lock function. There was no space to apply key lock in the first place.
It's all over, Yuhara Kinji. No further rebuttal is possible. Now confess in good faith. Yuhara, please stop in a minute already! Yuhara? Why are you? I was lucky that defeat Kingdom Makore. Why can Clive trust without talent like you drive me to this point? Yuhara, you know, you could have collapsed.
Yuhara, calm down a little.
Shut up, Stress! This bitch broke down my pants simply because you tried to open a damn door to the science lab! It's all over. I just heard you loud and clear. Doesn't matter if it's a confession, right?
I didn't think it would actually be him. I didn't think it would be like... Because that doesn't usually happen, that they find the real person in intermission, right?
No, it's usually
whenever it's like it was you, and then they go to the intermission, it's a red herring, and it's actually somebody else. So you came down in the end from mental breakdown. It's pathetic.
Shut up! I'm still here! What? Wait and see! Yes! That's it! I still need proof. There's no evidence. If I'm the culprit, show me the evidence.
He's acting like Leon did.
Yeah. Come on now. You're the only person who does an alibi, right? Shut up, you X1 bastard. You want to get stuck in the ground from head to toe, huh? Yes. What's this? Just a wild criminal. Not a criminal, but he is a criminal. So you won't admit, even though you are the only one who could do this?
Just ignore him and vote, will you? If you look at what Ihara just said, what's the point in incapacitating Kijo Makaru? This is almost like a confession, right?
I'll kill you! I'll kill the bastard who's gonna vote right now! Treating me as a criminal! Evidence all, like getting all this done!
What do we do?
Yuhara, if I show you the evidence, are you gonna finally admit it? Oh, I'll admit it. If there's evidence like that. Now, speculative involves an alibi place. Real physical evidence, you bastard! You might be. What?
Your voice acting is really good here.
Maeda, you know this, but it's only going to be so if you let him catch the holes with poor evidence. Unfortunately, I can't help you heal, because I have nothing more to come up with. Will you be okay? Yes, it's okay, Yuhara. Yuhara, whether it's not insane, it's just going to forcibly scream against the opponent. I'll make sure to present the proof correctly, and then you'll finally admit it. Don't joke around, Maeda. You're just a lucky and competent human being. Yuhara, from now on, I'll show you conclusive evidence that you're the culprit of this case. It may be a little sloppy, but if my predictions are correct, you have no other choice but to admit it.
Are we in the final game?
It's fun for you. Do it then. Do whatever you want. If there's evidence of unreasonable, I'll make you a criminal and execute you myself. It can be fun of an innocent person. Oh, certainly not saying right now. And about this evidence, I can't say for certain, but I do believe, not only me, but I believe my friends too. Supposing, no, it's the, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it is. So enter, shift. Okay.
Even if the stream closes, just keep going. Don't die.
Okay. And it's probably gonna happen too.
I mean, if the video still picks up on it, it doesn't matter if I don't see it.
You know, it's picking up the video, so it'll be fine.
I won't minute. It's come this far. Wow. I just want to solve everything.
Fuck. I'm. This is hard, man.
Yeah, it is.
Because I'm not, like, if I was better at shooting it like a... If I was someone who played, like, keyboard computer games more often. But I'm not. I'm a console player.
I mean, it's certainly a lot better than last time. You're almost done. You erase my speculations. No, I'm the culprit.
That cars.
これが真実だ
I actually knew what it was this time from the very beginning. Woo! It's getting hot in here. I need to turn on my fan. I did it!
You did it! Congratulations!
I didn't fail!
Yuhara, unfortunately for you, there's already clear evidence of your crime. You can only be said to be the culprit. Well, this conclusive physical evidence. What? There's nothing like that.
What is that, Maeda-kun?
That's... Unfortunately, I do not know. Stop joking around! However, Makaru knows it. Makaru?
Sorry.
Makaru, I told you, didn't you? No matter what happens, she has an insurance to cover her life. When the aspect of the trial remains unsolved, and there's a corner with no answer, you will show off the last piece of evidence. This is a fast trial, geez.
It is! Insurance?
Maybe there's something only that woman knows. It's a little frustrating, but I know this isn't the time. I'll see out this.
Wait a minute. I did in fact say that to the incompetent, but it's not like that. The killers heard a corner running crazy, right? Why do you think I'm gonna let you know?
This woman doesn't want to come in this situation? Look at us, Makaru. We are believing in you. So, are you finished then? It's over. After all, Myers has been bluffing and throwing around accusations. Your proof is Makaru that doesn't have even one corroborate. It's just great. She knows nothing. There's no physical evidence that I'm a culprit.
Me? Not know anything? Makaru, are you angry? Nasty pig killer. Where do you want your funeral? Can you tell me?
Are you gonna provocate this case?
Fine. I'll write your will then. It doesn't matter if I vote for Kenji Nuhara and end the trial as it is. But if I do, it feels like I'm just being beaten here.
What are you talking about?
Maybe you'll remember it. When I was investigating after the incident, I asked all of you to show me your right hand.
Yeah, you... Huh? To everyone?
You did, but I didn't know the meaning of it.
You did that to all of us? Wait, I didn't know about this. You didn't do that to me, right?
You woke up late. I didn't have a chance to do that. Well, there are some mysteries that were solved before that. After asking for my right hand to show, she held me tight as if wrapping my right hand. Was there something about that? I was surprised. I wasn't really sure what it was.
I didn't think she was that kind of person. But what's up with that?
The reason I did that was to check the back of your right hand. The reason I wrapped it with my hand was because I needed darkness.
Darkness?
If you're wondering what I'm talking about, why don't you give it all a try? Look at the dark side by covering the back of your right hand. It's all clear here.
Even if you asked me to wrap it up, is this the back of my hand? What do you expect to see?
Well, I definitely told you to try it, everyone.
What? You just say it
Oh,
still?
no, it's me. Why are you staying
Oh,
still, Kenji Yuhara? Yuhara?
Hey, stay still, you! Let me go! Go away! Hey, what the hell is this on the back of your hand? I don't know! I don't know what to say!
Oh, please, you must know. What you got there is luminous paint. Luminous paint?
What trial was it where they did the paint thing again?
They did it for a couple.
Right. I was mugged by you?
They did it for the first trial of DR2, and then they did it for one of them in V3.
Right, it was the Angie and Tenko one, right? Don't joke around! You and I never met a time to crime. There would have been time to mug like this!
Oh my, why are you saying that? You definitely met with me, right? When you put me to sleep with chloroform.
That's it. Oh. I don't know what you're talking about. So it seems you think I'm the culprit, is that it? And even if that were the case, it is obvious that the accused attacked you! I saw you just claiming that you've used A luminous pain in my hand. That's fucking it.
Sorry, Makaru, but this is impossible without knowing in advance that you'd be attacked. This is why you guys are so pathetic. Did you think I wasn't prepared for anything and going as usual every night?
Prepared?
Prepared?
You. No way. The one who put his luminous pain? It was you?
That's right. Do you think I'm stupid enough and I'll trust you guys when I don't know the outcome? Excuse me. Before Maki Kyoka died, I was always prepared for everything. Well, besides the glowing paint, I've prepared other tricks. I am a woman and I have no idea who and when someone will come at me. So I try to use glowing paint only in the worst case scenario.
Worst case scenario? Oh, so even if you die, do the glowing paint will find out who did it? Is that what you mean?
By the way, Makaru's selection of words just feels a little erotic. Fortunately, I only fainted this time, but my life was in danger. Should I say that I was lucky? I was trying to use the luminous paint for the purpose of something like a dying message, but I can live like this and drive off the killer's smug face with one sentence.
Even so, at some point I could have.
You're an idiot, aren't you? If you're curious, you better think about which hand you put chloroform in my mouth. In other words, Makaru said that the killer put his hand on her mouth, meaning you applied the glowing paint before fainting? Just before you lost consciousness? Makaru, what a scary person. What do you think? Are you still going to hit the ball, killer?
Not yet! Oh, she said it's just lies! I had to run the good by myself yesterday! He's not gonna do it now! This woman is a culprit! You just said something that you don't know about with your own mouth just a few moments ago. What are you talking about? You laugh. Don't joke around. I'm not the culprit. I'm not the culprit, okay? Alright, stop it now. It's already over. Don't make me laugh. Oh, my throat's gonna hurt from this. There's no one on the side of Red Yuhara. Speaking any more than this is nothing more than a futile effort. If you are still not willing to admit it, our organizer came from beginners. They should admit. You have no choice but admit it. It's the end.
Climax. Ah! You look so cute.
Yeah, this is the last time you're gonna see her until fan art.
Okay.
Maybe look at what's on the next page. Wasn't you annoyed being electrocuted? Oh, never mind.
God, I'm not gonna recover from this.
Yeah. What? I don't even think Kenji has a reason for doing this. He's just... I mean, it's probably what he saw in the video, but...
これが事件の線路だよ。
First, the start of the case begins when the criminal tracks Yamaguchi and Nori. I don't know why the two were targeted by the culprit. Hello?
I'm here, just doing something.
But the killer must have been taking Yamaguchi by some means first. Then they took him to the art room and sliced Yamaguchi's neck. The time this took place was at 8:40, which is also listed in the Monokuma file. However, this was not at 8:40 a.m. It was last night at 8:40 p.m. In other words, the killer committed bold crime while we were still roaming around the place. Afterwards, the killer put a corpse in a locker on the art room to hide Yamaguchi's body. The culprit who succeeded in killing Yamaguchi immediately focused efforts on dealing with the crime scene. He opened up the tub to prevent blood from spreading, cleaned up the murder weapon used as the intake, and wiped the blood with the Inoi's white coat that had been removed beforehand. However, while using the tub, a small hole was left due to the killer's mistake, and the white coat was not properly erased. Thanks to this, it cleared a lot of circumstances surrounding the methods of disposal.
Sparkle,
Anyway,
sparkle.
As the art room where Yamaguchi was killed became clean, this time they devised a trick to kill a second victim, Nori. That's right, it involves a falling stun gun. It was a method of electrocuting by drowning water in the stun gun at a predetermined time using a vibration function. To do this, the killer went. That picture. To do this, the killer went to the science lab and fixed Nori's whole body with tape to keep him from moving.
What about it?
Nori just asleep while Kinji's. And the water from the sink in the science lab was turned to maximum capacity. After a few hours in the state, the science lab was.
Oh my god.
Overflowing with water like a bathhouse. There was one more thing. The killer connected the phone to the stun gun and placed it at an angle as if it were to fall from a desk. And they set the phone alarm to 6:30 a.m. 8:30 a.m. When this happens, the alarm turns on the next morning, and the phone makes a vibration movement in minutes. And then the phone starts to fall off along with the stun gun because of the vibration. When everything was set in stone, the killer locked the door with a latch so no one could interfere with the tricks arranged in the lab. But how did he leave then? After everything was done, the killer probably thought most of them, including me, won't come out of their private rooms. Because it was nighttime hours. But the problem was that Kinji and Mikaro went around opening it at nighttime. As long as they thought that the time when the crime was done in the morning and the trick was that everything was said in advance is discovered, in the middle of the night, everything would be over for them. So the killer thought to keep Kinji and Mikaro from moving until the morning after. First, the killer attacked Mikaro with chloroform and brought her into the art room. They took out Yamaguchi's body that had been in the locked room until then and put Mikaro inside and said, "How do you miss a?" And then Yamaguchi's body was used as bait to lure Kinjo. The killer put Yamaguchi's corpse in the library, made some extra work to make Kinjo discover the body, and attacked Kinjo from behind with a vigilant gap. When Kinjo and Mikaro was successfully disabled, no one could interfere. The killer took a breather and started one last final act. When the morning was near, the killer went to the infirmary and packed a large amount of blood transfusion packs.
That's crazy that we're finishing up the trial in literally half the time it took us to do the entire thing last time.
And spread them in Yamaguchi's body to make it look like they just died and being was fresh. Yeah, this was real. I think this was like the shortest one
I'm not complaining.
in the series.
I'm not complaining, but I'm just surprised.
And then
Oh, sorry.
in the morning after nighttime, so many things happening at once. We noticed that a few people were missing, so we moved the source. I think this is even shorter than Sayaka's trial for them in the East Room of the school, which was already the shortest one in the series. I think. Then, remember the killer was lying down the stairs and we divided into two groups. We decided to search the second and third floors. And the search of the second floor found the fallen Kinzo. The search of the third floor found a trapped Makaru. Afterwards, when a member on the third floor checks for an abnormality in the science lab and tries to open the door, the mobile phone and the stun gun hit the water killer's preset time. Falling, you might want to look away from you. Yeah. Into the water, killing Nori on the spot. Soon after, we managed to open the door to the science lab. At a timing that couldn't be more ideal for a killer, and Nori's body and Yamaguchi's body were found almost simultaneously. The one who had done a formidable job, who killed 2 people overnight plus injured two people. The identity this heinous and cruel criminal.
And it's like even this part was short.
It's none other than you. Kenji Yuhara! Yeah. The last time in Yama's trial, I nearly my throat started to hurt in the middle, but this time I didn't even take a breather. There's no place to run anymore, Yuhara.
Yuhara?
Excellent. As Maeda said, no matter how badly it was, this is it. It seems this was my limit. What? All of a sudden you came back to normal!
Was that it? He must have been acting like Hatsuno.
That means... Did you just admit it? That you're the culprit? Yeah. I am. I am the culprit.
It just made it seem like he faded away from existence. I am the culprit. Ooh.
This was really... We did really good this trial. Ooh, okay.
That's gonna get us like 2 skills. Maybe 3 with our 73 that we already have.
Uh-huh.
Well, now I've been watching everything. It seems like it's okay to admit that to say that you made a decision at this point. This time, no matter how much I play the role of the judge, I'm really sad because I seem to have been too much of a dead weight. How to get rid of this anger? It's a vote time of anger. Because this happened, you guys will now vote with the switch in front of you. The result of this voting, who will become the blackened, and will your answer be the correct one or the wrong one? What's it gonna be? Oh, what? Okay.
That really sucked. I liked working this guy. Alright, Kinji. Why did you do this?
His motive, probably. Ah, yes. As for the results of your votes, your choice was the correct answer. The identity of the Blackened who killed 2 people, Miss Honori and Yamaguchi-kun, was Kinji Yuhara. Huh? What is it? Did someone think I was to say those lines before voting? Yuhara-kun.
On this second half of the trial, we've been almost certain of it, I guess.
Why did you kill them?
I'm sorry. You're sorry? There's no excuse. All you have to say after killing someone? I've killed 2 of our group. Do you know that makes you a serial killer? Weren't you very agitated and argue back a little while ago, Yuhara? Why did you suddenly become so quiet? I only thought that more talk would delay the inevitable. I had a reason to live and survive this trial, even if I had to do that sin.
That's right. If we find out that you did the murder, you're gonna die. He already knew that the moment he was caught.
No, that's not the reason I did it.
That's not it? Your motive? Was there something else?
Motive. He goes with motive to get out of escape. Tomoe was a secret note. Does that mean the original motive of all these events is also the same as this?
Was it the motive this time? The thing that you desperately wanted in that video that you wished for?
You mean you had a wish that you wanted to get by but killed 2 people? Wrong. There are a few things I must correct before that. You are right about everything. The plan and kills are correct, but I didn't mean to kill 2 people from the start. Huh? You may look at this as an excuse, but only then that person's death will become colorless. So let me speak. Maeda, your reason is wrong. The only person I was trying to kill was Kanata Nori.
Fuck you. You did it in the end. It was too late and also too clumsy to plan serial killings. Your execution had a sense of improvisation. First, according to the rules of the school, serial killing would be more damning than profitable for the culprit.
So what? Were you trying to kill one person to make a city lighter? I mentioned this was not meant to be an excuse, but you're saying that as it is one. However, I have something to say. I'd appreciate it if you listen quietly. It's funny you say such a thing! Do you think I'm going to listen to a killer's request?
Kinjo, I'm sorry, but please try to be quiet.
The reason I did this motive is not very relevant to your motives, as you may have guessed, but I'll talk about that later. Inoue was always in the infirmary, so she was very easy to target. This probably happened during Tyre's uproar, so most of you were on the dormitory side. I took that gap and kidnapped Inoue from the infirmary, moved to the other room on the 3rd floor, and tried to stab Inoue with a plastic weapon. However, that's when he came and threw me away. The one and only Yamaguchi, who I thought he was in the dormitory side with you guys. Inoue! And you! Yohara! What are you doing? Stop! Stop! Why is Yohara doing this? It's not the time for that. I have to take Inoue and run away. Damn it! Why is Inoue unconscious? Oh no, before that, I have to get away from Yohara!
This sucks.
It does. I have to go and check where everyone else is. I didn't want to do this. You forced me. Can't help it, Yamaguchi. I'm sorry. I didn't hold a grudge nor hate to both of you. Forgive me.
No, die in a fire.
Keep alive. Sorry, become irreversible. I'm sorry. I know it. That guy was a wonderful person. How many people can run without having a single thought about their own lives and instead save others? Yamaguchi died because he witnessed it? And you were forced to kill him? Yes. Originally, I know it should have been the one to become a death with a plastic weapon. In the other room, however, because Yamaguchi intervened, I changed the plan in a rush.
Now that I hear this, the front and back are starting to fit a bit better. It was especially strange because of Inori Kanada's white coat wiping the blood in the art room. That couldn't be helped, right? When you killed Kakeru Yamaguchi, Kanata Inori, the person he was holding, had his blood splattered on her.
That's true. Come to think of it, when he heard said that he had a head injury, the wound was real. I was not acting, but being pushed by Yamaguchi. So that's the story. Anyway, you're a serial killer who killed 2 people. That remains the same no matter what you say to anyone.
Why did you Haruka attempt to murder? I can't even imagine.
It's hard to explain. How should I say this?
Wait, before that, can I ask something? You, when Tyra's commotion happened, you said you kidnapped Inori. If Tyra didn't have commotion, what would you have done? I mean, you wouldn't have known that. It would have been difficult to schedule. The kidnapping. Why are you asking for that so suddenly, Kurokawa? What are you trying to say? In other words, this is what the woman said. How'd you know that Tyra's uproar would happen?
They knew?
Think about it. If you would decide to kill, you would have a plan and execute it in advance. How could they calculate the timing to kidnapping Kanata Inori without knowing that everyone was gathered in the dormitory because of Tyra's bustle? I'm not sure what Tyra's situation was in the first place.
Oh. So after all, it was Kurokawa. You seem to have the power to pick up words by its very own core. It's natural to think like Kurokawa. It would be strange to hear that. The plan looks as if it knew in advance that Tyra would go and make a ruckus. The answer is simple. It's because I knew in advance. What? Huh? How?
Are you a psychotherapist? You knew Tyra's mental state and predicted the future?
I don't think he's talking about that. Speak. I'll listen to this.
Nobody should listen to you.
It's not that big of a mystery. Someone just informed me. Tyra's gonna make a fuss soon. There'll be an empty frame for you. Not anyone can tell you that!
You don't tell me.
There's one more thing I have to apologize for doing to you guys. In particular you, Maeda. I should apologize more than the others.
Yeah, it's a very obvious story that the leader from the darkness gave Kenji Yuhara intimidation and threats from the shadows, and led him that chance to kill a couple of times.
What? What's this saying? This is blinding! Why is that interrupting?
Huh? Did you not hear me correctly? Can I say it one more time? Yuhara-kun? The traitor? Anyways, that's the end of the story, so we're done chatting. If you guys continue on and on like this, you'll be dragging in while doing reminiscence scenes or whatever. Wait, you're the traitor, but you got blackmailed? What are you talking about?
No, I'm a traitor. I don't know much. I don't know who the mastermind is. And why the mastermind is doing this to us. However, when we first came here, Monokuma approached me and woke me before you guys. They were holding our children hostage. Said they would give me information and were crazy about to do what I told them to do. What in heaven? Wait a minute! Cathedral children? Calm down, speak slowly! The cathedral where I belong to. Or rather, there's a facility that takes care of the children who have nowhere to go. That is entirely in the hands of Monokuma. So, I was threatened under that pretext. Did you really fall for that kind of trap? That was a bluff from that bail! That was not a bluff! Show me the video, and I was shown having a conversation with the children myself!
What did they ask? What were you instructed to do?
Basically, I had a surveillance camera, so I was filming everything that was happening, in every blind spot and sent it to the mastermind. More importantly, if killing were happening between students enter, in the stalemate, I would commit this murder myself. And if I don't comply with this, it's like he will murder children instantly. I don't have a choice.
So, did you commit the murder because there was a deadlock after Ayame Hatano? That was the motive? So this time our motive, it was useless to anyone?
If you look at it that way, you may not be able to see anything. But Monokuma that time, he said, is the time, so you weren't starting to move. Was the time when it came out, so the motive came. In the completed soundproof private room, showed me the children. If you kill this time, your children will be free. And if you don't get caught, you can get out from the school.
A fully soundproof room. No wonder, this motive was purely to deliver the orders to Kinji Yuhara. You are so... using the lives of children to threaten Yuhara-kun! Was that unfair? Then I'll make it easy for you. This is not a blackmail. I just gave you a choice. If Yuhara-kun didn't want to kill, he could have refused.
You don't mess with me! You moments look what I would have fled!
Hey, you know that was. It was a narrative thing. Don't think too deeply.
The last time was so rotten because I couldn't let those children die. You guys, I really have no faith in you. Of course, I understand to some extent that this was forced upon you. But when you still have get your head bloody, was it that necessary to kill? Do you think those kids want you to be a bloody murderer? Just like kids don't want me to be a killer, I don't want kids to lose their lives. There was only one way. That's enough with just me to fall into hell. You don't want kids to lose their lives? Then are you saying when you kill someone, you don't know, like annoying Yamaguchi, you will lose your lives as well? Annoying Yamaguchi always have friends, family. You say there are some people you don't want them to die? You don't even know the details. And you're worried about children, right?
I would love to see Kinjo do the trolley problem.
The what?
The trolley problem.
Oh.
I wonder how he would respond.
And so, my logic shouldn't be any different from yours, but you're getting heated, and aren't you? The logic of a kill is the same as mine? What are you talking about? Discard prime numbers for the majority. Isn't that what you just said? I sacrificed the lives of 15 people and took the precedence over the lives of 100 cathedral children.
He's got a point. Like, yeah. It's like...
Of course, that doesn't mean I'm allowed to commit murder. But, Kinjo, you put Makaru, Tamori, and me in danger, the one who went saying the exact same thing? Wouldn't it be necessary to reconsider your stance at least once, Kinjo? And I know too well that I'm an ugly being. It won't be enough to go to the Lord's side, but it's enough to suffer, go to hell and die. But it's fine. Although I will not be able to live and meet those kids because I won't be able to live. I was able to save their lives with my sacrifice. Monokuma, you kept your promise?
Of course. Even though Yuhara's crime was revealed and in the verge of being executed, he still murdered as I ordered him to. Since the moment you killed Yamaguchi-kun, the children have already been released.
You're safe, right?
Oh, are you curious? So do you want to see the proof then? Video, please!
As the court is darkened, there's a noise on the screen that appears from somewhere. What is shown was winter in the dark street, less than 4 to 5 years old, mostly looking like the elementary school students. It was the some parts have already been corrupted, deformed and transformed. There were kids whose bones began to appear. A child that's body had been broken shape, but it was unknown to me. Only the small bodies were telling me that they were kids. Kinji? Uh-oh. This is playing a long video? Those clothes. Hana. That's Haruki. That hat was a Mitsuki. Yuhara? Monokuma, how did this happen? You promised.
Promised? Didn't I keep it? I definitely promised to release the kids. Have I ever told you I would let them be?
Yohara, wake up! Scumbag!
Phew, this is inhuman. How could you do this? Because I am not human, but a bear. And you, Haruku, don't be so sad. It's been a while since you've been dead anyway. Soon you'll meet them.
Meet them?
Yes, shouldn't we start soon? Execution time. I'll make you follow your kids, so be patient. Wait a minute, this is too much. I'm sorry, but I don't have much time either. I've got a busy schedule here. Now then, let's get started. I prepared a very special punishment for Kinji Uhara, the ultimate priest. Then let's go with lots of energy. It's punishment time. Jeez.
You still hate him?
Yes, to be honest. Cause he did what he said. He was threatened. I understand that. He killed somebody, but then again, it's the thing with Kinjo. He could have just come clean, yet he chose to still kill Kanata anyway. So yes, I still hate him.
Enough to like write a thing about him being brutalized?
Nah, probably not.
That's
Well, I couldn't come up with any ideas anyway.
I feel like whatever this is gonna be is gonna be enough. Oh, it's. Rest in peace, Kenzo.
He was such a good priest. Adios and amen. This is unfair. It's really too much.
Ara was killed. Like Higa and Hatano. Horribly executed. But Yuhara didn't stay sane until the end. He couldn't protect the children because he was tricked by Monokuma. In the end, he killed Yamaguchi for nothing. Fucking. With all the devastating facts, Yuhara's spirit was broken. Executed thinking recalling until the last minute.
Kobazing, where are you going?
This thing called Monokuma, I won't be satisfied to be that thing!
If you do that, you'll just die alone. Why don't you just stay still? That's right. If you're angry with me, you can't help it. Because it's you guys who did this, and I'm just following the rules. It's not a bad thing.
You think you're so smart, Monokuma.
Huh?
I never intend to sympathize with the killer, but this time it seems a little different. You always say I, as a judge, should not participate in the trial. But in this case, you influence the case itself, let alone the trial. According to Kinji Uhara, they were told that Tyra will cause commotion soon. Using that framework, Kinji Uhara was able to carry out the crime with ease. This is not a motivation level or anything like that. This is enough to call you an accomplice.
Huh? Is it? Really? So what are you trying to say?
What am I saying? And that's what this side wants to say. What the hell do you want to do with us? If the purpose was to kill us, it would have already been possible to annihilate all of us already. If that's not the case, it's also strange that they try to kill us by buying a motive, like in the case of Kinji Yuhara. There's no sense of purpose in your actions. What the hell are you after? For making all of us all do this?
Kinjoku, you idiot. Where in the world would a mastermind tell you its purpose, saying, yes, this is it? Well, even if I wanted to tell you, it's not worth telling you guys. What do you mean? No big deal, just that I... hate you.
What? Monokuma? Hey! Monokuma, who used to speak and act as usual, suddenly stopped moving. As if it was a ridiculous act, he stiffened on the spot. As if time had stopped. What happened? It suddenly freezed up! That's great. Let's just hit this one more time.
Please calm down. Guys, let's go.
What?
Where are we going? Why so suddenly, Mikako-chan? There's no time. I'll explain as we go. So where are we heading? To the warehouse.
Oh.
There's secret stairs in the warehouse.
But we can't go down it anyway, right? Do you want to be honeycombed by a gun?
What?
Yes! She seems okay though? What happened? The Maxingo doesn't react at all.
I'm not sure, but I guess that means Monokuma was lying. Why don't we do the chores later and go in already?
I don't think that was Ali. What? The Maxingo is running properly. But it's not attacking us, right?
Hey, occult girl, you said you were going to explain as we go. What the hell is all this? I noticed for a while before the class trial started, but I only noticed it for a second. Now I can say for certain, Monokuma had a power outage. Power outage? While Monokuma was shutting down, all of the school's facilities stopped operating. That's why there's no problem with this machine gun here. Or like entering the bathroom of the opposite sex and other things.
That sounds like...
Yeah, please ignore the pervert here and continue explaining. I've been investigating the secret stair since I discovered it. I checked by throwing a barrel, but the machine gun reacted and responded.
Wow, so it's safe because Monokuma stopped now? But what happens when Monokuma suddenly starts running?
We all together beat Honeycomb.
Yeah! However, this crisis is an opportunity. We can finally check what's down here.
That's fine and all, but how the hell did you know all that? You know the structure, but more than that, you know how Monokuma operates? What now? You've been so good at talking and acting so far. Oh, we've experienced that already.
When will this circus end? How far are we gonna go down?
We're here. Beep, beep, beep.
Here it is. Is this a dead end rather than a way out?
I thought the exit wouldn't come up so easily. Apart from that, this room seems quite interesting.
A prison such deep underground. Is that it?
Before anything, well done.
Monokuma! How did you move?
Well, maybe I just pretended to stop.
What the heck? Putting that away. What are you talking about?
Didn't I tell you there was a terrifying creature trapped under the staircase? I just disposed of it a while ago. So if it weren't for me, you guys would have been in a terrible situation at that point. Dispose of it? There's no way. How? I thought you guys would come down here sooner or later, so I transferred it. This is not the only prison here.
I don't know what you're talking about, but in the end, You were saying there isn't an escape out here?
Escape? You guys, did you really just come down here just hoping for a way out? Sorry, but there's no such thing. You guys are nuts if you think there's a way out. There's no other way other than to kill, so how about you give up on that idea? I hate this. I hate it. I don't like to watch killing each other anymore. I want to leave. Let me out of here.
No, please don't save me!
That's it. Become even more desperate.
He had no choice but to be helpless beaten by Monokuma. Among the people we had two in execution. We had no choice but to be on the palm of Monokuma. And we didn't know yet. But the despair was just getting started. What a chapter!
Yep.
This was that was a great one. As far as chapter 3 trials go, even if it's short, I think it was the best one yet of all of the series.
No, this one was the worst one yet because Kanata died.
Can you put that aside and say
No. Okay.
Alright.
Well, that's it for this one.
Oh, that's choppy up.
Yeah. Again, surprised it was so short. So, yeah. Yeah, no, that sucked. I'm sad now.
Yeah, I'm also very sad. Yeah, I like Yuhara. I knew he had his reasons for doing this, but I didn't think it was just there to get tricked. And then he just, but still, I guess he had no reason to kill two people, like to stop a Yamaguchi, I guess. But,
Yep. Which is why he sucks.
I guess Kanta would have like knew like it was.
Yeah. Again, though, he let his desire to get out cloud his judgment.
I mean, he did say he was to save 100 people over 15.
No,
which...
okay. The only thing he was told was that if he killed somebody, they would be let free. So he did. He killed somebody. Yamaguchi died. Everything from that point onward was selfish because he wanted out.
Yeah. No, I can.
Because getting free was not part of the deal. It was like a bonus. So he didn't have to kill Kanata. He could have just come clean. So I can forgive him for the initial kill because in that situation, yeah, it makes sense. But everything after that, no.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I can see why he still went through it, why he said it was irreversible. Like I don't know why he said it was. I'm sorry, it can't be done.
Well, it's because then he would have been caught if he didn't kill Kanata.
Right, because yeah, then Kanata would have just said, "Oh, you just kidnapped me," and he probably just did then. Yeah. I guess like Yamaguchi was just an accident. Well, I guess he is an accident, but that's
also
why...
best character. He came in and rushed to save her without a second thought.
I thought you said you didn't like him before that.
No, I didn't dislike him. I thought he was just kind of meh. He was like my Mikako in that I kind of kept forgetting he existed.
Yeah?
Yeah. But he's great because he did that. Because he's good.
For me, I've always liked Haruhiko, but like from recent chapters, like recently what we've been saying, I just keep liking him more. So he's definitely the most relatable, I would say, of the boys at least. I mean, there's not much competition. The others are just Kinzo, Toya, and uh Yuki. But but yeah,
Okay, well,
but,
hey, I was gonna say anything else you want to add?
yeah, I was gonna say putting aside like putting aside for serious that for like seriously for a moment that and Inouye died. What do you think of this trial?
Short.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll give my thoughts that in terms of chapter three, the chapter three curse, as we all like to call it, the first games was pretty bad. The second games was
I've never heard
pretty
of it that
bad.
before.
Yeah, it's pretty. I think the chapter three curse.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's just that it's commonly referred to because the chapter three trial is always like the worst one of the game. Like always like the cursed. Like it's cursed to be the worst one of the game of that game.
I disagree. I
Um,
would disagree.
what would you say? What would you say is it? What would you say is the outlier? Is the second
Um,
game or the third?
both.
Oh, okay.
Well, see, I have a really high opinion of the third chapter of V3 because my two least favorite characters in the entire series die.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's one of the best chapters in the series because of that.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I can see why people would say the first one sucks because the killer is very obvious from the beginning.
Uh-huh. And a lot of people said like the kill is like blatantly obvious in like the uh
Plus,
in
no,
the second one too.
plus I'd say, uh, I mean, I don't see why in V3 it's bad considering that. Uh, Again, I think the whole thing of like, um, Kyo is like, oh, I did the first murder, but I didn't do the second, so that means that I'm fine. And the fact that he tries to take that angle, I think, is super interesting.
Uh-huh. And like I think these two trials just there for the memes, like the seesaw memes. Like
I
I've seen
never
that
really
everywhere.
understood why that's like a meme.
Honestly, never understood either because I guess it was just how Tingle died, but I never understood. Um, but yeah,
Plus, I think it's an interesting locked room mystery. So I think V3 is good.
right, okay. And yeah, I do think of the three chapter threes, V3 is the best one of those three because in the second game, like that Mikon's what Mikon did was just impossible. Because she somehow ran to where Hyoko's body was, did all that, and made it back somehow before Hajime ran a straight line towards the music venue. So that was just completely impossible. So, but
Really?
yeah, I think there's a video about it. I can show you a bit later,
Okay.
um, but yeah, I think that's all I have to say. This trial, it was very short, but that I don't think that's a bad thing because if it's long, that also takes me out of the trial itself. I mean, I was fully invested in like a Yama's trial, but
I think the main reason I
uh,
was invested in that one was because I was very confident on who it was.
yes,
Anything else?
uh, no, I think that'll be it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, at least I'm losing some boys now. Ever you lost four goals in a row. I've lost. I'm beginning to lose some boys.
I didn't lose four in a row before this chapter.
Yeah, before this chapter, I was including this chapter because it
Okay.
was yeah.
Well, then it wasn't in a row because it wasn't just girls, so that statement doesn't make sense.
Okay, sorry. No.
Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you for watching.
This game has been surprisingly good, despite the we are making it funny.
Despite the translations. And the-
still like, alright, keep it in your pants, jeez.
I'm sure the audience, whoever's watching this, consistently appreciates the humor, the additional humor we add to this game.
Yeah. Okay. Well, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Until
See you
next
next time.
time. Bye.